couple minutes away from showtime. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Everybody in there, like the video, share the video. You know, my birthday's coming up in a couple of months. And, man, I'll tell you, what a great birthday present for me would be to hit 50,000 subs. So if you guys can help me hit that 50,000 subscriber goal, that would be amazing. That means getting all your friends to subscribe. When you're in other streams, especially that Newsmax stream, get people to sub to me. That would be absolutely amazing. We got a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about the rally, and of course this huge harassment that Mike Lindell's going through, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Lots going on, no doubt about it. Good morning, everyone. Oh, boy. Was that not the best rally ever? Press 1 if you saw the rally. 1 if you saw the rally. If you saw the rally. Here we go. Oh, yes. It's showtime. I agree with Trump 100%. Can't think of anything I disagree with Trump about. Here we go.
You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll-free, dial 1-888-GO-KANE-1.
Indeed.
That's 1-888-GO-KANE-1.
Well, good Monday morning to everyone out there. It is 4 minutes after the hour. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. We are live in the mornings from 6 until 9 a.m., broadcasting live on AM 1470, 96.9 FM, and 95.3 on the FM radio dial, with an overnight rebroadcast 7 nights a week, midnight till 6 a.m. on all those radio stations and all of our other platforms. I could spend an hour just telling you which platforms we're on. And, of course, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just search Brian Craig Show on YouTube. You can watch me live stream on the radio. I also have random live streams and upload new content all of the time on my YouTube channel, Brian Craig Show. Just search it and it will pop up. Well, we got a lot to talk about. Man, we got that rally, which was spectacular Saturday night. And also, Mike Lindell is facing incredible amounts of strange cancel culture pressure, which we're going to get into in a little bit. But I first want to talk about that rally. And, you know I've seen most every Trump rally since the first one, since Trump came down the elevator. I might have missed 2 in their entirety in all of that time, because of some unforeseen circumstance, but maybe not even that many. I'm just being safe on that number. I mean, I watched them all. And that rally on Saturday night was the most important Trump rally ever, no doubt about that, because of not just of what he said, but what it symbolizes, but also that rally. Did that rally not seem like the rallies back in the 2015 campaign? It was an absolutely spectacular rally. There is no rally greater than I've seen in a long time for sure, but I would say that may be one of, certainly without question, his greatest rallies. It was not just President Trump's first rally of the year, it was his first rally for the midterm election cycle. And there was no doubt about it, that was a launch of a presidential campaign rally too, wasn't it? Yeah, he said we're going to take back the White House in 24. Kari Lake Oh, man, was Kari Lake not impressive? I saw her give her speech, which was spectacular, and then President Trump brought Kari Lake up. She's running for governor of Arizona, in case you did not know, and she just was, I mean, she was as impressive as it gets. She very well could be Ron DeSantis's running mate in 2028. I was very impressed with everything she had to say. But that rally of President Trump's last night, he looked great. He was energized. The crowd, over 50,000 in attendance, thousands and thousands turned away. I watched, flipping back and forth between Newsmax and Right Side Broadcasting. I watched them both flipping back and forth. And Right Side Broadcasting on YouTube, what they did was amazing. They did something I've never seen them do before. Right Side Broadcasting actually had people with cameras in the crowd. They had someone in the bleacher stadium seating behind President Trump, way up at the top, and then they had someone looked like they were in the front row down below, and we got to see the crowd on camera from positions you only get to see when you were there. And the crowd, as President Trump said, went back as far as the eye could see into a sea of darkness. And I saw some of the video of the line of cars leading into the Trump rally in Arizona. It was like Woodstock times 100. You know, you look at these rallies, each rally is historic for a different reason. But no president in the history of this country or any other politician could turn out crowds like this over and over and over again. No one. No one. And I know there have been isolated incidents, like, you know, today's Martin Luther King Day. So Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech day at the Lincoln Memorial, there were a lot of people there. But he wasn't doing that all over the country every weekend. You know what I mean? Even Martin Luther King at his peak would not be able to have a turnout like President Trump does each and every weekend. It's amazing, and that makes it historic. Another thing that makes it historic is, sadly, he is not currently the occupant of the White House. Biden is. When has there ever been a former president of the United States who could turn out more than a couple dozen people at a book signing at some bookstore, huh? Never. Never. And he gets tens of thousands. His next rally 2 weeks from Saturday in Texas. And I told you, as the year goes on, they're going to become more and more frequent. We're going to be at the 2 to 3 rally a day again by the end of it. But I'm expecting, real quick, a rally each and every week. And what he talked about at this rally was relevant. It was current. He was talking about the issues that were going on in the news right now. And a major, major turning point in, I think, the news cycle, politics, and everything else, because now President Trump is going to be on the campaign trail regularly making news. And as much as the mainstream corporate media, including Fox News Channel, hate this great man, they're going to be forced to cover it because he's going to be out there making news at these rallies. And they want people to watch them. Now, I do have a few sound bites I'm going to play from it, just a couple, actually, that I think are very, very good of President Trump. And I do want to take your calls on the rally. Any thought you have on President Trump's Arizona rally, give me a call. Share your thoughts, your feelings, your observations, your emotions. It's a toll-free call, 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you are listening to us from or watching us online on YouTube. 1-888-465-2631. I noticed there were no booers there. No fake MAGA booers were there. I was expecting that. I was predicting that, and I was wrong. They weren't there, which was a wonderful thing. Now, I did notice a couple things about it. When, I've been to several Trump rallies, and when Right Side Broadcasting had their view from up at the top of the bleachers, you got to see, those of you that have never been to a rally, you got to see the rally in a way you never seen it before. And I know when you're watching these Trump speeches, these Trump rallies, the people behind him look like they're right behind him, don't they? I don't know how the camera does that, but they're not. They're really far. But I noticed in this one, they were farther away than normal. He was more isolated in the middle of that rally. He was further away from the crowd than he has been even when he was in office. And that's because of the threat from Iran with that new video that Jen Psaki at the White House will not condemn. She had an opportunity and she chose not to condemn it. Pretty sick over there at the White House these days. But he was further away. And did you notice the helicopter that he flew in on? It was the smallest, most rickety helicopter President Trump probably has ever flown in. And that was security too. They don't want him flying in aircraft that have his name on it or would be a typical one because he's under a massive security threat from Iran. But I'll tell you this, a lot of love for President Trump. And, the media can ignore it, but President Trump's following is bigger and stronger than ever, especially with the disasters we have going on in this country with President Brandon here, who is just a complete collapse this country is in right now at every aspect. We got Al Qaeda coming to this country with terrorist attacks going on. I mean, my goodness. That Al Qaeda terrorist attack that they're trying to call everything else but, it gave the mainstream media an excuse not to carry the Trump rally, but they were not going to carry it. But, Fox News did something I noticed yesterday afternoon. Fox News, of course, did not carry the rally. Shocker. That was a test. But they have the rally in its entirety on the Fox Nation app. And what Fox News is trying to do, Fox News is always plugging their app, right? They're always trying to drive people to the app and get them to subscribe. So there's that portion of it. But the other portion of it is they're trying to play both sides. They've made a lot of changes on Fox News channel. And the changes, a great many of them have been to try to bring MAGA viewers back to Fox News. So they figure carrying the Trump rally on the Fox Nation app, it says, oh, no, we got it. It's over there on the app. That's not good enough. And it looks like what it is. That's like fake Fox News. That's really a disgrace. Not only did Newsmax TV carry the rally live, they reran it yesterday afternoon. I got a notification. I got a text message from Newsmax that they reran the rally yesterday afternoon. And they even had a special team there covering it at Newsmax, interviewing a lot of very interesting people throughout the entire afternoon, hours before President Trump came out on Newsmax. Right Side Broadcasting did a great job, too. So we're going to take our first break of the week. I'll come back with a couple of clips that we'll talk about from the Trump rally. And then there's a lot of other news, too. We're going to talk about what's going on with One American News. This is a disgrace. And, of course, Mike Lindell is, again, being attacked by cancel culture. So we're going to get into that as well. All right, let's take our first break of the week. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. And that's right, on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. Back right after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Janae Lomaski. In my practice, I'm seeing that emotions are...
Florence, $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Florence. The rally was great. Absolutely, it was. Everyone, please thank Florence. Travis, $5 super chat. Thank you. Everyone, thank Travis, please. Hey, Brian. I saw Trump and O'Reilly in Houston last month. I'm going to see him in Conroe. That's, I guess, the next Texas rally in a few weeks. MAGA for life. Absolutely. MAGA for life, yes.
If you have COVID worries and fear the worst, you don't have to. There are many people
now,
that are recovering from COVID.
Guys, please like the video. If you're new, subscribe. And, this is the MAGA radio show of record. There's no getting around that. My birthday's coming up in a couple of months. I was talking about this at the top of the stream. Hold on. I got to hit the next commercial here.
777-2021. Or email me at drjlomaski@gmail.com. You can also join me live every Saturday at 11 a.m. as your psychological source. Be careful, not fearful. You don't have to do this alone.
Yeah, so my birthday's coming up in a couple of months, and if you guys would like to get me something for my birthday, 50,000 subs would be a wonderful, I don't mean like from Subway, I mean subscribers to my YouTube channel. Hitting 50,000 subscribers to my YouTube channel for my birthday would be a spectacular thing. So if you guys could get all of your friends to subscribe to this channel, I know a lot of you spend a lot of time in other live chats. If you could tell the people in the other live chats to subscribe to my channel, that would be wonderful, especially those of you that hang out in that Newsmax chat. That would be a great thing to get me up to 50,000 subscribers. I'd be very excited about that. I really would. And I would definitely appreciate you guys helping me do that. Travis, $5 super chat. Please thank Travis, everyone. If Democrats want to double down with the rhetoric against MAGA and conservatives, then we need to double down on our support for Donald Trump. That's right, Travis. Absolutely. Please thank Travis, everyone. I'm a little light on coffee this morning.
Is preventable, and one of the preventable measures that is most effective is wearing the proper.
Tulsi Gabbard is an extreme liberal, just like Obama. I know Fox News love her.
597-7060 or online at thesoulauthority.com. That's THESOLE authority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
Alrighty, we're back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. It's Monday morning, talking about the Trump rally. I just have a couple of clips from the rally that I'm going to play for you. One about OAN and one about Ashley Babbitt and the January 6th prisoners at the D.C. Gitmo. The entire rally was spectacular. I mean, it was. I mean, that was just amazing. And let me see if anybody picked up on this. If you did, call me and let me know. President Trump changed the song that he ends the rallies with, and it was a song with a message. A not-so-subliminal message. Anybody catch what the song was? It was at the end of the rally. So this is the first clip I have. This is President Trump. He's talking about Ashley Babbitt and the January 6th prisoners. Listen.
With nonviolent offenses, partisan Democrats have celebrated their indefinite detention without trial. These people are living in hell. These people are living in hell. Let them fight. Let them see their lawyers. Let them go out. They are being treated. They're being hounded like you hound the worst animal. What's going on is horrible in Washington. And also the jails are filthy, disgusting, dirty, and they're even being cited by the courts for being so horrible. They're brutal lockdowns. They're brutal. You take a look at what they've got. The showers are disgusting. The bathrooms are horrible. And people are being forced to live like that.
Now, I've gotten some calls from people who told me in the last few weeks that they're upset that President Trump hasn't been standing up for the January 6th prisoners at the D.C. Gitmo enough. Here he is. He hasn't been out there on the trail. He hasn't been out there speaking. His first event, the launch of the Red Wave, and he's out there talking about it in great detail.
Let them use their lawyers. Let them go out and defend themselves. And if we think they're innocent, we should help them defend themselves.
Isn't that something? Yeah, that's right.
Remember when the Democrats went out in Kamala raising money for the people that were caught? But they didn't have a problem because so little happened. So it wasn't the same thing. These people are being persecuted. One defendant was allegedly viciously and savagely beaten, resulting in numerous broken bones in his face and a loss of sight permanently in one eye. And an out-of-control dope, a real dope. I watched this guy being interviewed. They wanted to protect him, so they wanted to keep him. He couldn't get on television fast enough. The guy who shot Ashley Babbitt for no reason. This guy couldn't get on television fast enough. He's so proud of himself. Let's see how he could do without the protections that he got. And by the way, if that happened the other way around, they'd be calling, let's bring back the electric chair. That's what they'd be calling for. He's a disgrace the way he shot Ashley. And after Nancy Pelosi and Adam Shifty Schiff, they go down to a shattering defeat. I hope they gotta lose. You know, she wants to move to Florida. I don't want her in Florida. She wants to move. They ruined California, so let's move to Florida. Hopefully they're going to go down to a big, beautiful defeat in November. You have to get out. Your state is so important. You got to get out and vote.
Yeah, I mean, that was great. And he really, not only did he stand strong for the abuse that's going on with the January 6th prisoners that are being denied their constitutional guarantees that everyone, citizen and non-citizen, have in this country. He's saying that if you think they're innocent, we should stand up and defend them. And that's what he's doing there. First rally, boom, right there, talking about them. This rally, we've seen a lot of Trump rallies, even since he's left office. Am I the only one who thinks this sounds like a rally from the 2015 campaign? This is absolutely amazing. This is absolutely amazing. And, you know, as these rallies go on, he's talking about the murder of Ashley Babbitt there. Unarmed woman killed by this cop. Cop totally cleared. It was reported on Newsmax last week that Ashley Babbitt was denied her military funeral. I've never heard of such a thing. Have you heard of anyone being denied a military funeral like this? You know, and I imagine we'll hear President Trump talk about that. When he comes back in office in 2024, I expect that he will give her that military funeral that she was entitled to and that her family is entitled to. Now, the other clip I only have 2 clips from the Trump rally. It's a very good rally. Oh, man, I could play the whole rally and it'd be spectacular. But that wouldn't be doing a talk show. DirectTV. Oh, man. DirectTV announced that they're dropping One America News. Now, One America News being dropped by DirectTV, which is AT&T, they're being dropped for one reason and one reason only, not because they're boring. They have a big following. They have a loyal following. And One America News is being dropped for one reason and one reason only. It's MAGA. And their reporting is so good, the rest of the media don't like it, right? The left don't like it. The One American News, the one reporter whose name I always forget, the young bald guy, is just spectacular what he does. And President Trump spoke about DirectTV dropping One American News and making the announcement. Listen to this.
One American News has done a great job, and here's
Steve
the
Kane
story.
Show.
What just happened, the woke executives, I don't know what the hell they're doing. They have so much debt. AT&T is a company that is in serious trouble, and they need AT&T, and AT&T saying that they may no longer agree to carry this network that's doing very well. You know why? Because people told them not to do it. So maybe what we should do is not use AT&T. You know, if we did what they do to Republican companies, we would have no difficulty. We just don't do it. It seems like not nice, right? But they're not nice. I want to just thank the Herrings are here, Charles and Robert, wherever you may be. But these are patriots. These are great, great men. Where are you? What people? Thank you very much. Thank you, Robert. Thank you very much. So I don't know what this is. This is horrible. This is a great network. These are great people. I watch it all the time, and you really get the truth. And they want to cancel them now because of politics, for purely political reasons. It's a disgrace what's going on. But I don't think the people are going to stand for it, especially with One American News. The job you've done, you really should be commended, both you and Robert. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Robert.
Those are the OAN guys.
They said, please don't mention the word boycott, so I won't mention it. I'm not going to use the word boycott. I will not say boycott AT&T, because I promised Robert I will not do it. So I will not say boycott them.
Yeah, there you go. Now it's time to drop DirectTV. Take that dish off the side of your house. I went to take my glasses off my head just now, and they didn't have them on. I'm getting like Biden. That's a disgrace. That's a disgrace. One American News may not be the most exciting news outlet. We've talked about that before, and a lot of you get upset with me about that. But they are reporting the news, and they have incredible investigative reporters over there. And they're being taken off for one reason and one reason only, and that is political. And you got to be careful. I'm glad that they're mentioning AT&T, because when you drop DirectTV, don't be tricked into switching to AT&T. It's the same thing. You got to find another cable system. I have Xfinity. They do not have One American News. AT&T, this is what I'm curious about. DirectTV's dropping them. Is AT&T dropping them? I don't know. We don't have all the information yet, but call DirectTV, cancel. I have Xfinity. You can buy the One American News app. I think it's $5 a month. I may do that again just to support them. And Mike Lindell said in his speech, if I heard him correctly, 75% of One America News' audience is from DirectTV. So they're about to lose 75% of their viewing audience with this. Can they survive without DirectTV? I think they can if they get shows like this one to start promoting the $5 monthly subscription to the One American News app. Well, there's only one opening on the board. I've got to take this break. It's time for our bottom of the hour break. If you're on hold, stand by. I will go right to the phones after the break. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
When the pandemic hit America, our nation was caught off guard and unprepared. One of the biggest problems was we didn't have enough PPE because everything was made in China. There is a solution to this problem. Small Business Development Group has formed strategic manufacturers
Steve Kane Show.
to produce medical exam gloves and associated materials right
Steve
here
Kane Show.
in the USA. This way, supply chain issues
Hold on.
will never be a problem again. This project is U.S. funded, owned, and managed. Best of all, it's without reliance on the foreign supply chain. Investing in this critical infrastructure is important to the safety and defense of America.
Steve Kane Show.
Where you come in. If you're an entrepreneur, venture capitalist, or high
Hold
net
on.
worth individual interested in this investment opportunity, contact Small Business Development Group at 919 area code 654-6870. 919 area code 654-6870. Learn more about this incredible opportunity. 919-654-6870.
Small Business Development Group is a publicly traded company. Stock symbol SBDG. Online at c2cpic.com. Find strategic manufacturers online at strategicmanufacturers.com. Hi, Brian Craig here. I'm in studio with my wife, Kathy. And she's
Now listen, everybody, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. And I've been asking people this morning, get your friends to subscribe to this channel. Help me get to the 50,000 subscriber mark. And you can do that by telling all your friends on whatever platforms you are on about this channel to subscribe. I know a lot of you are in chat rooms on other streams throughout the day. Tell people in those streams, in particular that Newsmax stream, to subscribe to this channel. And I'd be grateful to you if you all did that. That would be really awesome and helpful to me. K-A-N-E. And this is an incredible deal because with the promo code KANE, you will save 30% off the MyPillow mattress topper and get 2 free MyPillows. But you've got to use the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. It comes in every size too, from twin all the way up to California King. That's promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for W.
All righty. We're talking about the best rally ever, Trump's rally in Arizona. We have a full board of calls. I'm going to go right to the phones. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Arnold in Southern California.
Hey, Arnold in Orange County, California. What's up?
Well, I wanted to tell you, I too watched the rally, and it was fantastic. It was so great to see him. I don't think there's anyone living now or past who could capture an audience, a big audience like that, and keep everybody enthralled. It's his skill as a communicator.
Well, the closest would be Martin Luther King, because and I say that because today's Martin Luther King Day. The "I Have a Dream" speech at the Lincoln Memorial, that was a one-time event. Do you think Martin Luther King, even at his peak, could have for year after year have a rally on a whim and have tens of thousands show up like Trump?
Absolutely not.
No.
There's no way possible.
No.
And, just different animals altogether. You're right. Martin Luther King, for an occasion, for an Easter service, or for some kind of an activist.
Yeah, but just on a regular Saturday night, I don't think so.
No way.
It's historic.
Awesome.
That's why. In this rally, I got to tell you, I've seen all but maybe one or two, of Trump's rallies. That rally Saturday night in Arizona was perfection from beginning to end.
Yeah, it was tight. He showed clips. The audience was into it, and he addressed the news that we're all following in his typical Trump way. Very upfront, very quick to get to the point, and honest. You just felt he was telling you the truth. It was great.
And what about Kari Lake? Was Kari Lake not impressive?
So impressive. You're right. You've got a good call there with her being VP.
With DeSantis? I think it's too soon for Trump's reelection because she's not going to be in office until November. She would have to start campaigning immediately and not do any work as governor. So I think it's too soon probably to be Trump's VP, but she could be the running mate for DeSantis in 28, no question. Even with, yeah.
You're right. I don't mean being VP to Trump. By the way, when do you think strategically it makes the most sense for Trump to announce and not keep teasing this?
The day after we take back both houses of Congress. Yeah, because it'll be because of him. We went. The red wave is successful. We win, and he comes out the next morning and announces that he's running. That would be, to me, is when he'll do it.
Well, game plan this out. Don't you think that if he announced before the election, that would firm up that he is running, and that would give him bigger coattails to win the midterm?
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I mean he's raised like $170 million or something already, but they have said, people from his campaign from the office of Donald Trump have said that the moment he announces, he has all those finance campaign regulations he has to adhere to, and things are a little looser now. They say that's the main reason he doesn't do it. It allows him more freedom with fundraising and things, I guess. I don't know. I agree with you. If he said, elect them and then me and I'm running too, that would be pretty powerful.
Yeah, it would almost be prophetic to the midterm election.
Mm-hmm.
He can say, I've come out, I've announced, I'm going to run. He would get more contributions. He could then dole out those contributions to make this prophecy of returning to the White House occur more easily, I think.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like he's hedging his bet. I'm going to announce my run when I get confirmation from America that they're going to vote for candidates I endorse.
Yeah.
I don't see him as a hedger.
I don't know. I don't think so because he has a record of his record of endorsed candidates winning is incredibly high.
No, it is. That's why I'm surprised that he's delaying this. I'm thinking maybe in a couple of months. I mean, it seems like the perfect storm. Biden is collapsing. Let's not wait for Biden to get any victory at all, or to create a war with Russia or whoever and created some deception here. Let's get him to announce.
Oh, you think there's going to be some wag the dog movement with Ukraine and Russia? Yeah, I can see that.
November surprise in April.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I wanted to tell you also, Brian, that One American News can be seen for free on Pluto TV.
Oh, I have Pluto TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they're, Mike Lindell said 75% of their viewers are on DirectTV. And that is a major, major hit that I don't know how they're going to recover from.
Well, they need to sue, don't you think? This is interfering with commerce.
Yeah, they'll probably say ratings, because I'm sure they are not ratings powerhouses. But you know what? They have to have more viewers than a lot of the garbage that's on DirectTV.
Well, I would say that they're being singled out because they're backing theories that are coming forward from Republicans.
Yeah, they're being dropped for political purposes. There's no doubt about it. Yeah.
I think what the story was that came out was that because they're saying the election.
No, they didn't say that. They didn't say any reason. They just said that we're not when their deal is up, we're not renewing it. That's all. That's what DirectTV said. They're not renewing their deal with them. They didn't give any reason why. All right, hey, listen, Orange County, California, take care. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, Louisiana.
Hey, Louisiana. What's up?
Hey, man. How you doing this morning?
All right.
All right. Hey, look. I know. I watched Trump's speech the other night, and I found it boring to me.
Boring?
He kept talking the same thing. I think the audience were bored too.
Oh, really? You mean the 50,000 people? Some had been waiting for 2 days that were cheering on his every word. You think that they were bored?
Well, I think they were bored.
You think?
Because eventually, after a while, I thought they got bored with it because he kept talking the same thing.
In fact, that's not true. That's not true. He talked quite. Well, excuse me. I played two clips, and both of them were about things going on now. The January 6th prisoners, One American News.
Okay,
the murder of Ashley Babbitt.
You know what? Okay, those two. Okay, you talk about that.
Okay, other than the new stuff, he didn't talk about anything new. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Okay, he kept talking the same thing over. He had a couple of new things, like you said, but he kept talking the same thing.
Yeah, where did you watch the rally?
At my house, watching TV.
No, where on TV?
On I think it's that Newsmax. Yes, Newsmax.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So tell me the real reason you don't like Trump.
I didn't say I didn't like Trump. I said it's
No, I know. You said the rally was boring. You don't like Trump. So tell us what your real beef is. What is it about Trump you don't like?
I just don't like him.
Why?
I like him, and
give me a specific thing that he did that you say I don't like him for.
I did, because he keeps talking about the same thing.
No. You say you don't like him. Give me a specific thing that he has done that makes you not like him.
He keeps talking about the same thing.
So, okay, no. You've got this one. Slow down, Louisiana. Slow down. You've said the same thing 5 times. Give me a specific thing that President Trump has done that makes you say you don't like him.
I just don't like him because he divides this country. This country
divides the country.
Yeah, and you know what? Let me say one.
No. Let's get into details on that. What did Trump do? I'll let you say one thing, but if you don't answer my question, you're gone. This isn't a place where you just come and throw out statements. No, it doesn't work that way. You say he divides the country. What did he do that divided the country?
The election.
Excuse me, in every election, no matter who the candidate is, half the country support them and the other half don't. Okay? So, Ronald Reagan, half the country supported him, half the country didn't. Bill Clinton, all of them. That's the way it works. What they mean is bend a knee to the liberal way. And if you don't agree with everything the liberals tell you to do, then you're divisive. Every elected official, whoever they are, half the people hate them, half the country love them, right? Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Hey, good morning. Al from Cold Spring.
Yes, Al.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything positive. Trump's traveling circus is hurry, step right up. You can see the only black people behind me, the same blacks for Trump who come to every rally that I pay, the same 6 guys. Hurry, step right up. Right over here, you can hear these.
Talks about is fair game for debate. But this is not, the way that the Democrats that have called in this morning are operating is not how the show operates. You don't call in and make statements and then we don't discuss them. This is a talk show where we discuss the issues together. You say something and then we discuss it, like Trump divides the country, for example. You don't call in and come through a list of things and then we don't talk about them. That's not how it works. And I hold the conservative callers to the same standard that I hold the Democrat callers. So you Democrats are more than welcome to call this program, but you're not going to go through a list and then we're not going to discuss it. I let you bring up your slanders against President Trump, but I want to talk to you about them. Because none of them are true. That's why I call them slanders. So that's not how it operates. You're all welcome to call in, but be prepared to defend and discuss the allegations you make against the greatest president we've ever had, Donald Trump, the 45th and 47th president of the United States. Unless Kamala invokes the 25th Amendment, and then he'll be the 45th and 48th president of the United States. All right, if you're on hold, stand by. Let's take the last break of the first hour of the program. My name's Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Back right after this.
Traveling and need a COVID test? Maybe you need a COVID test for work or school. Stop by AnyLab Test Now of Boca or AnyLab Test Now of Coral Springs. They offer all the COVID testing panels you need at the lowest prices, including the antibody test. Results in 15 minutes. AnyLab Test Now of Boca is located in the Saddlefoot Plaza, where Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsborough on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Call 561-237-5009. AnyLab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University Drive in Ramblewood, near the Coral Square Mall in Coral Springs. Call 954-906-5983. Make sure to tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
This is Brian Craig. I've been telling you about the great deals and incredible customer service at Friendly Tire on both new tires and used tires.
Quick testimony about the tire place up in Margate. Friendly Tire. Friendly Tire is everything you said it would be, man. I went up there and got me some used tires. And when I went up there, man, he was very courteous. My whole family's going for now, man. It's everything you said it was going to be.
Hold on.
Antonio, hey, I'm glad. Do what Antonio did. Stop into Friendly Tire and find incredible deals on both new and used tires. Give Friendly Mike a call right now. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. And Mike will give you a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445 for Friendly Tire in Margate.
Hi, Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Building Restoration. We survived the 2021 hurricane season. Now it's time to get your...
Oh, Gary, I was just going to Wisconsin, Gary, and I guess he couldn't hold anymore. I was just going to Gary. So if Gary's in the chat, you were going to be next, Gary.
And slate tile systems. Our building restoration offers complete envelope protection.
Steve Kane Show.
Siding, stucco, concrete,
Steve Kane Show.
impact windows and doors,
weatherproofing,
and painting. Laporta Contracting serves single-family, multifamily, HOAs, and commercial properties. Call Laporta Contracting today for a free evaluation and estimate, and go to our website to see our team and past customer videos at laportacontracting.com. Our number is 954-604-4602. That number again is 954-604-4602. And thanks for listening to The Steve Kane Show.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, 48 minutes after the hour. Oh, Wisconsin Gary was on deck next, and his line went dead. I hope he's okay on the snowy roads up north. Oh, my goodness. There's only one opening on the board at 1-888-GO. Kane 1-888-465-2631. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning, Brian. It's 420.
Okay.
Hey, I agree with
right? You have all these people sitting there on YouTube disagreeing, and they don't have the, let's say, cojones to call in to actually confront you.
Well, no, we've had two Trump haters in a row, but none of them want to have a discussion. They just want to list a bunch of slanders about President Trump and not defend any of them.
Now, why would they want to slander President Trump is the question.
Because they have Trump derangement syndrome. They're racist, and that's a large part of it.
And when the only reason why they want to slander Trump, Biden brought up the other day a bunch of Democrats with Jim Crow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to be? Do you want to support Martin Luther King, or do you want to? You know?
Yeah.
Biden sits there.
No, you're absolutely right. Hey, 420. Thanks for the call. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian.
Oh, hey, Wisconsin, Gary. I was worried about you if you're driving out on those snowy roads up north.
Yeah, because the roads are fine up here. We were supposed to get snow last night, but the wind that was coming from the west seemed to push it further south, and so we didn't really get anything, but I was trying to call it earth.
Uh-oh. See? We got a bad connection, Gary. I'll give you a moment here to see if it clears up. Oh, we got a bad cell connection with Gary. You can call back, Gary, if you'd like. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, hey, Richie the bus driver. Hey, Richie.
I feel bad about One American News. This is a complete... What they're trying to do is cut off 45, President Trump, and
yeah,
it's just going to get worse because they're going to start doing it.
Well, and you know, Newsmax got knocked off some cable systems too. Nothing major yet, but Newsmax has been knocked off some cable systems too.
It's what they're showing us is they can't beat us, so they got to isolate us. I mean, this is an effort against half of the United States, and more than half.
Well, they've lost control of the messaging, the establishment. You know, Kari Lake at the rally in her speech before President Trump came out, she referred to the Democrats and the Republicans. She called them the Uniparty, which is that I thought that was a good term, the Uniparty.
You know, for a guy like Al to call up, I know he's a total racist and a total idiot, but if he can actually explain to the people why the country is better off right now than it was under President Trump, because there's not one thing that's gone right for the average person in this country.
I mean, look, we just had an Islamic, it looked like maybe Al-Qaeda terrorist hostage situation in Texas by someone who just came into the country in January.
Yeah, this whole administration, including the Vice President of the United States, she is totally checked out. He has mental problems, but she just doesn't know anything. I mean, I'm shocked. She passed the bar examination. That's amazing. I bet you they pledged that to.
I don't know. Maybe maybe she was dating the test grader. That was her boyfriend before Willie Brown, maybe.
President Trump went up against the National Football League on the playoff on Saturday night, and I would look at the ratings because I mean Trump's ratings have to be. I mean, if they don't cut him off of and I mean, got it. But here we go. What are we going to do about delivering his speeches and everything? Meanwhile.
Well, the only thing you can do is turn them all off. I mean, you know, Fox News, from what I understand, they were running reruns on Fox News on Saturday night, someone told me. Reruns of Jesse Waters.
I'm upset with that whole situation there. I heard Mike Lindell.
Oh, he went off he wants everybody to turn off Fox. Well, not running the rally was I told you guys, we talked about this on the show on Friday. It was a test of Fox News, and then Fox News pushed the rally on the Fox Nation app, and they're like, well, we got it on the app. That's not the same thing.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. I don't know if they carried it live on the app or not, but I saw that it was there yesterday.
The fool that called up, okay. I mean, this guy, he talks about President Trump dividing the United States. Listen, folks, this guy that got up there on the day he got sworn in and told America that 75%, well, 100% of Trump voters were white supremacists.
Yeah.
Continuous on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Don't agree with him, you're a racist. And this has gone on for a year, and America is tired of that crap. This guy, and this idiot that called up from Louisiana, the great divider is in the White House right now with his vice president. It's so obvious. The whole party is the great divider. They're communists.
Yeah, but they are uniting a lot of forces against us. I mean, look at this. Look at this. What happened with this Al Qaeda terrorist incident at the synagogue in Texas? FBI comes out. They don't have a motive. The guy's Muslim. He's taking Jews hostages as hostages in Texas, and he's calling for the release of an Al Qaeda person, and they don't know what the motive is. But the parents at the Loudoun County School Board are terrorists? Come on.
How about throwing this at you? This is another thing. And it's not an attack on all African Americans. Completely, it's not on Martin Luther King Day. But Asian people in the streets of America have been assaulted for a year now, and it turns out every assault is an African American.
Look at that nice, beautiful Asian lady that was just pushed into her death in front of the train in New York the other day.
Regular thing, and the news doesn't call it a hate crime. What do you call it? I don't know what they got to get.
If I were Asian, I'd get out of New York. I'd get out of New York, and I would never go to a subway platform.
You remember when they were slugging people before the election, and anybody got up and stuck a punch in them? This country's gone crazy.
And the media are based in New York, and they're covering up this story of the African American hate crimes against Asians. I don't know why Asians are being targeted so much by blacks in New York. I don't know. What is their beef with the Asians?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean,
with us, they blame us for slavery, okay? But what's their beef with the Asians? Are these people that are upset at Pearl Harbor? What's going on here?
Yeah, well, the country's in a toilet right now, and the only way we're going to get out of the toilet is for all these bums out.
Well, there's a big racial rage going on by black Americans towards Asians and whites in this country like I've never seen before.
Obama, before he was elected, I hate to tell you this, he was basically the cause of this, because he started with that thing with the guy that they broke into his house or whatever. He tried to get into his home and he blamed the police.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the professor from yes.
He went into Ferguson.
Yeah, Louis Gates, the professor Louis Gates was trying to. He and his bodyguard or driver were trying to break into his house at night because he didn't have keys. A neighbor saw two guys in the dark. They couldn't see who it was trying to break into this house. They called the police, and that's racist? I mean, come on.
So racist says that don't shoot when he said he put his Justice Department out in Ferguson against a cop who lost his career for...
No, but there's these crimes against... By the way, thanks for the call, Richie. These hate crimes against Asians by African Americans in New York City. I don't understand why blacks have such a prejudice against Asians. I haven't really heard it stated. I don't know. Mike in Louisiana, good morning.
Mike from Louisiana.
Oh my gosh, you hit that phone a little hard there when you picked it up. I have my headphones on. It was a little loud in my ears.
I'm sorry. And look, that caller earlier kind of sheds a bad light on me because, you know, that person's from Louisiana and he's just wrong. You know, that person's just wrong. But let's let that stand. Trump tends to take shots at the media in his speeches, but this was his, not just his prerequisite shot. This was a targeted shot. I think the way he phrased it, he said they don't want to let you see the size of the crowd. He points them out and he says these people in the media don't want to let you see the size of the crowd. he knew there was a camera behind him. He didn't know who it was. He knew there was a camera behind him that was going to show the size of the crowd, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it was as far as the eye could see in the sea of darkness beyond the spotlights, yeah.
Yeah, and so that was a good thing. And you're right about Kari Lake. It's too soon for her. Now,
you know what President Trump should do? Yeah, I'm serious about this. They should move where the press are. They should put the press behind him so that they have no other angle to show but out towards the crowd. You know what I mean? And, you know, when if you've been to a Trump rally and you see the press, what they do is disgusting. The rally that one of the rallies I went to was in Sunrise, Florida, right here where he did his event with Bill O'Reilly a few weeks back. And the press, while he was speaking, while the president was speaking, they don't look at him. They sit there in their chairs with their legs crossed, looking sideways and everything. They do like a protest, a silent protest. Like we're not, you know, like they're protesting him. It's very disrespectful. But just give, like, Newsmax, Right Side Broadcasting, and One American News get a camera facing him, but the rest of the media are forced to be behind him so that their cameras only have one way to face, and that's out towards the crowd. I think that's a pretty good idea. If the president's up listening to Mar-a-Lago early this morning, I think that's an awesome suggestion.
I think so too. And look, it would be very obvious if they decided if he put them behind them and they decided to turn their backs on him, it'd be very obvious.
Oh, it'd be fun to see on TV. If you've been to a Trump rally, you know what I'm talking about. The press are so disrespectful. And it's also a way to try to throw him off. You know, if you're doing public speaking and the press are right in front of him, so he's looking at them, and they're on a platform, they're on a small stage, so they're elevated above the crowd, you know, and you're looking at people while you're doing a public speaking engagement, and they're all asleep and looking away and engaged in conversation and not paying attention. It's a tactic the press used to try to throw him off during the rally too. But if they put the press behind him and people got to see them, that would be beautiful. Beautiful.
I mean, you couldn't miss that. You said put Newsmax, RSBN, and OANN.
Nobody else.
Yeah, and you couldn't miss them doing what they would be doing.
I mean, who says that they have a right to be right in front of him like that, disrespecting him and doing everything else? Hey, Mike in Louisiana, I got to run for a break. Thanks for the call. It's 2 minutes after the top of the hour break. Uh-oh. We'll take our break and be back after this. Don't go anywhere. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. Back right after this.
Got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Well, we're entering the third year of COVID. It hit the country hard. Hit the country hard for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons that we were hit the hardest is we weren't prepared when it came to PPE because everything was manufactured in China. On the line, we have former Congressman David Emery. He's now CEO of Strategic Manufacturers, a subsidiary of SBDG. He wants to bring people. Now listen, guys, I am trying to get to 50,000 subscribers by my birthday, so you could help me by, one, subscribing if you're not, and clicking that notification bell and liking the video, because that'll recommend it to others that may not be subscribed. But if you could tell your friends about my channel, get them to subscribe, and the other live streams you guys are in, including the Newsmax live stream, when you're in other live streams, tell your friends there to subscribe to me. Help me get to that 50,000 subscriber mark. I'd really greatly appreciate it. Yeah, Wisconsin Gary had a bad cell connection. I couldn't hear him. He was cutting in and out.
Strategic manufacturers, or to get information on becoming an investor, call 919-654-6870. 919-654-6870. Online, strategicmanufacturers.com.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid
Steve Kane Show.
Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices
Oh, yeah.
in South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll free 1-855-FLA-3782.
All right, hour number 2. Here we go.
You are listening to South Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll free, dial 1-888-GO-GAIN-1. That's 1-888-GO-GAIN-1. And
All right, happy Monday morning. 60 degrees here in sunny South Florida. Just beautiful weather. I know you saw those tornadoes in Florida. That was far away from where I'm at. They found one mobile home that got overturned, and one guy's porch got trashed, and it's national news. That's not the Florida I'm in. Welcome back, everyone. We're talking about the greatest rally ever, President Trump's rally in Arizona on Saturday night. I'm going to go back to Wisconsin Gary. He's on the road somewhere in America, having some cell phone problems, and then I'll bring up some new stuff. But you're all welcome to continue to call about the rally. Wisconsin Gary, good morning.
I hope you can hear me now this time, Brian.
Well, third time's a charm. You must have something really good to call me 3 times. I'm waiting.
You know, it's
Pressure's on.
in the truck. The life in the truck is not always easy because we lose signal, either talking with dispatchers, shipper receivers, and everything else. You know, so it's frustrating on us when we lose signal when we really need it.
Yep.
So, needless to say, it does really suck sometimes. But, you know, you were talking about, you know, Trump's rally. I kind of found it very interesting. He must have got a hold of Elizabeth McMahon to see if they can use The Undertaker's opening theme, because that was one of the themes that they played on there. And I thought that was pretty neat how he did have a new lineup of songs that came through.
Yeah, but he had a new song. President Trump ended the rally with a new song. And did you catch what the song was?
I kind of remember what it was, but I was more focused on him doing his...
This was a message. The song was a message, and people. It's a song that everyone would know if you heard it, although the title won't make it sound too familiar. But if you heard the song, you would definitely recognize it. He ended his rally Saturday night in Arizona, President Trump, with the song titled "Hold On, I'm Coming." Hold on, I'm coming. Well, that was not a random song. That was saying, America, you're suffering. Afghanistan, you're suffering. I'm coming. Hold on, I'll be back.
Basically, to the American people, hold on, we are going to take this to the whole new level.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, the other thing that I want to mention, too, about with DirectTV, I mean, AT&T, if anybody remembers in past history, AT&T used to be a long-distance carrier, phone carrier. But because AT&T was starting to lose business in one way, they had to associate into something where they can continue to gain business. And they bought out DirectTV. I think it was almost like 2-3 years ago that it was.
Yes.
That's why DirectTV now, or AT&T bought into DirectTV, so they have something for internet, vice versa, because I used to have DirectTV, but I don't watch it. I didn't really watch it as much, so we kind of just...
I used to have DirectTV, but in Florida, you know, a cloud comes over, I lose my picture. So I got rid of DirectTV like 15 years ago. I have Xfinity, but if you're wondering why we're talking about DirectTV, DirectTV announced over the weekend that they are canceling One America News, and DirectTV is owned by AT&T. So President Trump and Mike Lindell are calling on people to cancel DirectTV and AT&T in protest of them canceling One America News, which Mike Lindell says is 75% of their viewers are from DirectTV. So that's a heavy blow.
And my mom, believe it or not, she ended up getting Spectrum, and all of a sudden one day I was over there, she's talking about politics and everything, and I was like, well, where are you getting your news from, Mom? And she was like, well, I can't get Newsmax on Spectrum. And I'm like, why not? She was like, well, go look. And I went to look on her menu, and it's actually Newsmax's. And it's like, you can get Newsmax right here. And I even saved it to her favorite so that she can watch Newsmax, because my mom was just like flipping out certain things. I'm like, Mom, you need to get the right news, because a lot of these other news media, whether it's Spectrum News or whatever else, they're still giving stuff, false information out to everybody that President Trump's not doing anything.
Well, you know, I know a lot of you get mad at me when I say that One America News is boring, you know, but they're a lot less boring today. And there's no doubt that DirectTV is dropping them because of politics. There's no doubt about it.
But here's the other funny thing, Brian. You know, it's like I watch Sky News in Australia, I think is where it is. Believe it or not, I'll trust watching them before I trust Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. I mean, they stay pretty up to...
Sky News in Australia is spectacular. They have all the political and news stories in the United States, and they're like Fox used to be 20 years ago. And Sky News in Australia, I watch them on YouTube. Absolutely, they're great.
So if anybody's on YouTube, you can see Sky News on YouTube, or if they ended up moving to Rumble or any other place, get involved with it, because at least you'll get some decent coverage of U.S. news, because you just can't really trust Fox News anymore, because they want you to pay for their app to make money.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay for that. I can get the information from other ways of what goes on that app, or through the clips that they put on YouTube.
All right, Gary, thanks for the call. I appreciate the call. Now, I wanted to share something with you that is so strange. It's unrelated to this, but it's important. You know, we hear about kids identifying as different things and everything else, different genders and everything. A substitute teacher has been fired, and she made a YouTube video about it because she'll explain it. I'm going to play you the audio. This is a substitute teacher who's been fired by her school because she would not meow to a student who identified as a cat. And I know that sounds insane. I'm not joking. I'm not making this up. This is a true story. It's been in the news over the weekend. Here's the teacher. She made a video about it. Listen.
Okay, I've got to rant for a minute. Just when I thought school couldn't get any weirder,
Steve Kane Show.
Today, I'm a sub, and the most important thing we do is take a roll so the school gets paid. So I'm looking at the seating chart as I'm going up and down the rows and marking who's here and who's not. I get to the third row and I hear this meow. Excuse me? Excuse me? I start looking on the ground. Go to the fourth row, everything's good. Go to the fifth row, everybody's there. Then I hear meow. I'm like, okay, what's up with that? Who's doing it? And this little girl in the very front row says, you have to meow back at him. He identifies as a cat. Are you kidding me? Said, is there a litter box in here somewhere? My sarcasm self probably shouldn't have said that. He gets up and he storms out of the classroom. And I'm like, rough. And of course, the entire class is laughing. And I think, no problem, no foul. I go to the office. You ready for this? You check out. They said, we no longer need your services if you can't identify with all the children in the classroom. And you wonder why they don't have any subs. I told the lady, I said, I didn't know cats were considered people. I thought they were pets. Another school off my list.
Yeah, so she was fired from the school. She would not recognize a child as a cat and would not respond in a meow. Now, first off, a meow to you and I is gibberish. To a cat, it's a language. So to just meow back would be cultural appropriation, right? You know, sometimes people have done that with like Asians, right? Asian voices and faking Asian language, and sometimes even Spanish. If you just randomly meow back, you're mocking the cat. You're mocking the cat girl in the classroom. You're making fun of her language. That would be racist, I guess, or something. I don't know. But that's a true story that happened, by the way. And that's been picked up by news outlets around the world. I don't even know what to say to that, frankly. All right, our number, toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Let's take a call before the break. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is conservative, Doug. Man, I'm telling you, the world is so insane. A cat and you need a litter box? Oh, man. That's the funniest thing I've heard.
It's not funny to the teacher that lost her job.
Oh, yeah, man. She's got to sue them, and this is ridiculous. I mean, somebody's got to... when Trump came out, I was like, oh, thank God, we finally have somebody that's going to make us feel good. Man, that was, like you said, that was fantastic rally, and everything. And the ending song really was... Put it to the...
Hold on, I'm coming. The ending song of the Trump rally, yeah.
But, you know, you mentioned AT&T, that's it. I've had DirectTV, and nothing. First of all, AT&T is the worst company. Every other month, I got to call it because my bill was wrong. So I correct.
Well, you got to get rid of it. And, you know, I had DirectTV years and years ago. I hated it. So, you know, you guys, you got to cancel DirectTV. Don't be tricked and go to AT&T because they own DirectTV. So you got to find another provider other than AT&T and take that satellite dish off your house.
I'm done with them, you know. And then one other thing I'd just like to mention, show how crazy things are. My wife went to buy 2 brand new Apple phones for the Apple store in Boca. She goes there and she says, oh, you got to just pick them up here. You got to buy them online. No, I'm here to buy them. Why would I got to buy them at home and then come back? Oh, it's covert. She says, wait a minute. It's okay to have covert and come in and buy and pick something up, but you can't see the phone? No. She left. We're now going to buy probably at someplace.
Yeah.
The people are nuts over there, man. The world is good.
You can't buy them there because of COVID, but you can go into the store and pick them up. That's just stupid. That doesn't even make sense.
That's their policy. And the guy, you know, the guy who said he felt bad, but that's their policy, and they have to not let anybody into.
You know, I go to that Apple store at the Boca Town Center Mall, and they're not nice there. They got two security guards at the door that do the mask police, and they check, you know, and they got their hand sanitizer, and you know, it's like North Korea going to the Apple store.
I'm telling you, man, we need Trump in badly to fix everything because.
Mm-hmm. I don't even want to know. All right, Doug, take care. Conservative Doug. All right, we'll take a break. It is, oh my goodness, 17 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. We'll be back right after this.
Hey guys, Brian Craig here. I have the MyPillow slippers, and Mike Lindell, he's right. These are the...
Now listen, guys, please tell all your friends about this stream. Get your friends to subscribe. I'm trying to get up to 50,000 subscribers by my birthday. You guys can help me do that by, if you're not subscribing, liking the video. That helps too, guys, because that in the YouTube algorithm will recommend this video to people that like this kind of content, and hopefully they'll subscribe too. But also, not just telling your friends about the channel and getting them to subscribe. When you're in other live streams, try to get your friends in those streams to subscribe to this one. In particular, I know a lot of you go into the Newsmax stream. I've seen you all in there. Get your friends in there to subscribe to me too. I'm going to get into this bank story with Mike Lindell when we get back.
right. Yeah, I know. And by the way, when you use the promo code Kane at checkout, 40% off the MyPillow slippers, 30% off the MyPillow mattress topper, and you get 2 free MyPillows with it. So it's great. Well, that's awesome. Order your MyPillow My Slippers 40% off with the promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com, or call 1-800-716-7979.
I am starving. When I get off the air today, I'm going to go somewhere and eat a lot.
K-A-N-E.
Hi, I'm Dr. Janae Lomaski. In my practice, I'm seeing that emotions are raw and the stress levels are high. A major reason for this is COVID-19. COVID-19 has become a recent staple in our lives. Even Steve Kane tested positive for COVID and endured symptoms for 3 weeks.
Yes, he did.
His fears went through his new roof. Are you ruminating about getting COVID? Maybe it's so bad you're having panic attacks about it. If you have COVID worries and fear the worst, you don't have to. There are many, many people that are recovering from COVID every day. There are so many mental practices you can do to get through this difficult time and move on. If you are experiencing any difficulties, call me, 561-777-2021. That's 561-777-2021. Or email me at drjlomaski@gmail.com. You can also join me live every Saturday at 11 a.m. as your psychological source. Be careful, not fearful. You don't have to do this alone.
When the pandemic hit America, our nation was caught off guard and unprepared. One of the biggest problems was we didn't have enough PPE because everything was made in China. There is a solution to this problem. Small Business Development Group has formed strategic manufacturers to produce medical exam gloves and associated raw materials right here in the U.S.
No, I don't have One American News either, but
will never be a problem again. This project is U.S. funded, owned, and managed. Best of all, it's without reliance on the foreign supply chain. Investing in this critical infrastructure is important to the safety and defense of America. Now, here's where you come in. If you're an entrepreneur, venture capitalist, or high net worth individual interested in this investment opportunity, contact Small Business Development Group at 919 area code 654-6870. 919 area code 654-6870. Learn more about this incredible opportunity. 919-654-6870.
Small Business Development Group is a publicly traded company. Stock symbol SBDG. Online at c2cpic.com. Find strategic manufacturers online at strategicmanufacturers.com.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWN.
All right, guys, 22 minutes after the hour. My name's Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I was just thinking about something that I'm going to do this weekend, and it brought a chuckle to me. I know, I make myself laugh. Welcome back, everyone. It's Monday morning. We've been talking about the greatest rally ever, President Trump's rally in Arizona, which was just, it was a perfect rally. I mean, it was perfection. Every bit of it, total perfection. And I watched that rally all day long. I was watching on Right Side Broadcasting, and then Newsmax around 5 in the afternoon started coverage on scene, and they were interviewing a lot of cool people and interesting people and politicians there. And it was just an awesome, awesome, perfect rally. Jacqueline, $100 super chat. Everyone thank Jacqueline, $100 super chat. Thank you, Jacqueline. And you're welcome to continue to call about that as I'll bring up some other things and play the couple clips I have of it later. But I want to talk about what is going on with Mike Lindell. I got an email early in the afternoon on Friday from Mike Lindell, and it was so shocking what I received. I wasn't sure it was real, so I emailed Mike Lindell's assistant and said, hey, I just got this email. Is this from Mike? And they said, yes. And Mike Lindell has been, we talk a lot about what Mike Lindell has been going through with the cancel culture. He has been thrown out of all those big box stores, and not just, the Bed Bath & Beyonds and the Kohl's. He's been thrown off the home shopping networks, too. QVC and HSN have also tossed off Mike Lindell. He has thousands of people that depend on him and his company. Everything's made at that facility right in Minnesota, right here in the USA. He has over 2,000 employees, and they have families. And the cancel culture is going after him like no one's business. And then there was a major, just insane. This is the what I got from Mike Lindell that I thought, this can't be real. The bank that he does business with for frank speech and many other things, not My Pillow, but frank speech, My Store, which Mike has My Store, which, by the way, with our promo code Kane, you can use it My Store as well. My Store, Mike Lindell has been putting together, it's online through the MyPillow.com website. My Store is Mike Lindell's alternative to Amazon. So they have their accounts there, Mike Lindell's personal accounts, the account for his book, his charities, like his charity that works and does outreach for those that are recovering from addiction, which is a terrible thing in our society, a drug and alcohol addiction. Oh my goodness. The bank that he does business with all these different businesses and organizations, called him up last week and told Mike Lindell that they no longer will do business with him and demanded that he close his 9 accounts. And the accounts he has there, Frank Speech, Lindell TV, the Lindell Foundation, his personal account, My Store, the Lindell Recovery Network, and these other accounts, you know this has to be millions of dollars. And what Mike Lindell sent me, and I know some of this has made its way on social media, and some of you may have heard this on social media. He sent me a recording of the phone call between the vice president of the bank and his comptroller at My Pillow, and the vice president of the bank told Mike Lindell's comptroller. Mike Lindell talked about this in his speech. He was at the rally. He came on a couple of hours before President Trump, and he talked about this to Newsmax TV and Right Side Broadcasting. You may have seen it. They told him that he must close his accounts. And his comptroller says, well, what if Mike Lindell doesn't want to close his accounts? And the bank vice president said that we will close them for him if we're trying to do you a favor, they said, that they will close the accounts for him if he doesn't do it, and then they will go on the bank black list. And that's a list that goes out to not just this bank, but all the banks of people not to do business with. And they said that the banker says this in the recording. This was bizarre. The vice president of the bank says to the comptroller, well, we don't want the FBI sniffing around here. Like, what? This is insane. This is insane. It's hard for me to even believe this is happening in America. Yeah, I know. And a lot of this has to do with the January 6th committee. Remember, the January 6th Kangaroo Committee of Liz Cheney, before the committee was even in session, their conclusion was already arrived at. Fake committee. President Trump calls them the Unselect Committee, yeah. The January 6th Kangaroo Committee. They're bringing up Mike Lindell in front of that committee. They want his phone records. He's fighting them on this, as he should. This is ridiculous. You know, what did Mike Lindell do other than give the people the most comfortable night's sleep they've ever had, the most rested night's sleep they'll ever experience? It's amazing to me what they're going through. And when we talk on the program about the cancel culture and what these forces of evil are doing to Mike Lindell and others, we're not exaggerating. If anything, we're downplaying it, because a lot of the things we don't know about. You don't know about these things. The mainstream media are not reporting this story. Has this story been on Fox News Channel? I think this is major news. An American businessman is being canceled by a bank because he supports President Trump. I've never heard of such a thing happening. I've heard of some isolated incidents. Laura Loomer, her bank canceled her. For some reason, it comes to mind General Flynn. Did he not have this? but I've never heard of an individual. I've heard of individuals. I've never heard of a company. He's got 9 accounts at this particular bank. You know it's millions and millions of dollars. This is insane, people. This is insane. This is Biden's America. Tyrants. Tyrants. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you are listening to us from. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hey, Juan.
Hey, listen, you said something earlier today when you got those 2 people that were calling that were never Trump.
The Trump haters, yeah. Well, no, you don't confuse the population with the voters, okay? You know, we have a low voter turnout, right? 35, maybe a good election, 40% if we're lucky, vote. So a lot of people don't vote, and people that don't vote typically don't follow the news and don't follow the issues, so they don't know what the hell's going on, and those people tend to lean Democrat because they're uninformed. I'm not talking about the voters. I'm talking about the country as a whole. Well, there's no way to believe it. I mean, the guy, President Trump had 50,000 at his rally. Thousands were turned away, and Joe Biden has circles with 12 people at a rally. All right, we're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour, 31 minutes after the hour. My name's Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, and, of course, I want to talk about Mike Lindell and MyPillow right now. Being canceled by the bank, and he's fighting this. He has refused to close his accounts, and they gave him like a week. So we're a few days into that week already. So this week is going to be the showdown between this bank and Mike Lindell. And Mike Lindell does not back down. But, I saw him on Newsmax. And what he was talking about was, how much he needs you and needs your support. Because not only is he getting canceled, he spends millions of dollars of his own money fighting this. He has to. And he's lost a lot of money, not just from being thrown out of the big box stores, but off of the home shopping channels, QVC and HSN. And what has allowed him to continue doing what he's doing are you guys out there who continue to support Mike Lindell by buying his products. If you go to MyPillow.com, whatever special you see there, you can take advantage of with our promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. You can save up to 66% off with the promo code KANE, KANE. So stand with Mike Lindell against this cancel culture. And there's great items there for Valentine's Day. I was talking last week about what I'm calling my Valentine's Day special, my Valentine's Day bundle. It's unofficial, but these are great to get, is the MyPillow bathrobes. You get the bathrobes, his and hers. They come in many different colors, styles for men and women, a lot of new colors in, everything in stock. I checked yesterday. And they also have new robes in. They have the heavy robe, which I have. They also have a new lighter robe, 30% off with the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. And that MyPillow bathrobe would make a great Valentine's Day gift. And of course, with that bathrobe, you get the MyPillow My Slippers, which I have, 40% off the MyPillow My Slippers with the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. They have many styles for men and women. They come in many different colors. And of course, the MyPillow My Sleepwear, he has sleepwear that's brand new item for both men and women. It's very stylish, many colors, some patterns, some solids. For both men and women, 50% off with the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. And that's a great Valentine's Day bundle, his and hers. His and hers bathrobes, his and her My Slippers, his and her MyPillow My Sleepwear. But again, any special you see at MyPillow.com, you can take advantage of with the promo code KANE. The MyPillow itself, the lowest prices ever on that as well. Again, whatever special you see, you can take advantage of with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879. We'll be back right after this. Don't go anywhere. You've heard Steve Kane talk about the great work and the incredible prices at Dr. Gupta's Brighton Dental. Richie the bus driver called Steve Kane on the air and told him about his experience at Brighton Dental.
Good morning. I have to talk about Brighton.
Yes, Jacqueline, thank you so much for that $100 super chat. Everyone, please thank Jacqueline for that. If you have not already, thank you so much.
I put it back into the socket. It felt like it was falling out. I had pain. I couldn't even eat spaghetti. And I was going to a wedding in New York 2 days later. And I said, what am I going to do? You know? The dentist here wanted to charge me $120 just to look at it and to tell me he couldn't do anything. I went to Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. I traveled 139 miles. I would do it again in a heartbeat, each way. Okay? The man sat and worked on my tooth for 2 hours, put a pin in it, put it back in place. I could eat anything I want. He said it was temporary. He did such a great job. It feels like permanent. I have no pain. I can eat anything I want now. And the fact of the matter, this is what really was unbelievable. I was getting on the bus to go to the reception, okay, in New York City. He knew I was in New York. The phone rings. Who do you think's on the line?
Dr. Gupta.
Right. He wants to see if everything is going okay and if I'm in any pain. The guy is unbelievably wonderful. I mean, thank you so much. I wouldn't have been able to eat. I wouldn't have been able to go. I would have looked like a pumpkin.
Everybody needs a great dentist, and of course, for you Steve Kane listeners, you have one, Dr. Gupta, and he's over there at Brighton Dental. He takes really good care of you. He's very conscientious. Dentistry is an art when you stop and you think about it, and Dr. Gupta certainly is an artist, and we're so pleased to have him with us.
Yeah, I just wanted them to know if you need a dentist, and the guy is so good at what he does, he's so gentle, and I mean, I don't like dentists. This guy is just top shelf, and I'm going down to him to get it permanently put in, but right now, I don't have any pain. I can eat anything I want. Incredible.
Take Richie the bus driver's advice and go see Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. Call 954-922-4633. 954-922-4633.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show.
All right, 37 minutes after the hour. My name is Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Steve Kane will be back with us today. He beat COVID. He'll be here in the next hour. 1-888-465-2631. All right, so the greatest governor ever, Ron DeSantis, okay? Well, there's 2 stories about Ron DeSantis. Let me pull up the other one. I was not going to get into this one right now, but let me get the story so that I can comment on it. Hold on. I was not going to talk about this one yet. Okay. This story is being reported all over the country and the world. Listen to this. Donald Trump is trashing Ron DeSantis in private for having no charisma and a dull personality because he fears the popular Florida governor might run against him for the 2024 GOP nomination. Really? Donald Trump's trashing Ron DeSantis? Where's that at? Where is the audio of that? That is fake news. That is fake news. In fact, Ron DeSantis even said that he would not run against Donald Trump. He said it in a press conference. He will not run against Donald Trump. He was asked about it. He says, no. This is fake news. They're trying to divide MAGA. The top 2 MAGA people, you got President Trump, number 1 by far, right? He all but announced he's running in 24 at the rally the other night. Hold on, I'm coming is how we ended the rally with that song. Ron DeSantis is very popular right now because he's so great. Donald Trump never said that about Ron DeSantis. He loves Ron DeSantis. He made Ron DeSantis governor, Donald Trump. This is all fake news, and they're trying to do this to try to cause friction between Trump and DeSantis, okay? There is no friction between Trump and DeSantis. In fact, DeSantis is at Mar-a-Lago all the time. He goes golfing with President Trump. He goes to dinner with President Trump. It's all complete fake news, okay? So don't buy any of that crap. It makes me sick that they do this, you know. They're not in the business of reporting the news, the media. But the story, I want to play the audio of this. There's a Democrat running for governor here in Florida against Ron DeSantis. Her name is Nikki Fried. She's a Democrat, and she holds statewide elected office. She is the Commissioner of Agriculture in Florida. I don't know how she won a statewide office, in this very, very Republican state, but she did. And she gave an interview, and she compares the great governor Ron DeSantis to Adolf Hitler. And she gives a lot of details. This is the Democrat running against Ron DeSantis for governor of Florida. Listen to this.
You have called the governor an authoritarian, even tweeted that you think he's like a dictator. What's your response to critics of that statement, that type of rhetoric? They think it goes too far.
Not at all. Growing up in Miami and having, neighbors that were Cubans, growing up with hearing the stories of...
By the way, Ron DeSantis' lieutenant governor is a Latina from Miami. Okay, and she's with him at every event, so I don't know. And growing up in Miami, you know what Miami is? It's what President Trump calls an S-hole. I avoid Miami at all cost. Used to be nice, some of it, especially South Beach. Nikki Fried needs to get down to South Beach and clean that up. It used to be a place where movie stars and supermodels went, and tourists. Now it's dangerous to walk the streets. It's like New York during the day.
You have called the governor an authoritarian, even tweeted that you think he's like a dictator. What's your response to critics of that statement, that type of rhetoric? They think it goes too far.
Not at all. Growing up in Miami and having, neighbors that were Cubans, growing up with hearing the stories of so many of our Floridians who have left dictatorships and communism and socialist countries and coming here to the state of Florida for capitalism, for open opportunities to succeed. He is doing everything possible to take away power from local governments.
Oh my goodness. So she's this woman, she's either a complete liar or just totally just stupid. She's talking to Hispanics that have come to America for freedom, and he's clamping down on local governments. What did he clamp down on local governments for? For shutting down businesses. You know how long Florida's been open? The whole time. Florida was always open. We've been open the whole time. He brought the Super Bowl here. Remember when they went after him for drinking a beer at the Super Bowl, Ron DeSantis? The NBA, they couldn't play, they couldn't practice. He brought the NBA to Orlando. They had the NBA bubble there. And local governments, because they're Democrat hacks, were shutting down businesses. I saw on TV during the height of the pandemic, the mayor of Fort Lauderdale walking the streets of Fort Lauderdale with code enforcement officers citing and shutting down businesses. So he is fighting against tyranny, Nikki Fried. She's a real piece of work.
Critics of that statement, that type of rhetoric, they think it goes too far.
Not at all. Growing up in Miami and having, neighbors that were Cubans, growing up with hearing the stories of so many of our Floridians who have left dictatorships and communism and socialist countries and coming here to the state of Florida for capitalism, for open opportunities to succeed. He is doing everything possible to take away power from local governments, taking away people's abilities to protest, making it harder.
Wait a minute. Who in Florida no longer has the ability to protest because of Ron DeSantis? Could you tell me that, Nikki Fried?
Harder to vote, talking about,
Makes it harder. Who cannot vote in Florida because of Ron DeSantis, who's the age of 18 and legally eligible to vote, Nikki Fried?
Banning books.
Banning books? What books have been banned? What books are banned by Ron DeSantis? And what power does the governor have over books? The libraries of our schools are controlled by the county school boards. The libraries in our town are controlled by the local county. What book has DeSantis banned? She's a fountain of misinformation.
He is doing everything possible to take away power from local governments, taking away people's abilities to protest, making it harder to vote, talking about, banning books. That's what dictators do.
Oh. Yeah, but he hasn't. Yeah, that's why he hasn't done any of that.
Trying to govern with the people, he's trying to govern over the people. And that, I'm sorry, I'm a student of history too. I saw the rise of Hitler. I learned of those stories.
Wow, Nikki Fried's pretty old. She saw the rise of Hitler. Really? How'd you see that? She looks like a young woman. She must be over there with our anti-aging doctor, Dr. Matez. She saw the rise of Hitler. Yeah.
He's trying to govern over the people. And, that, I'm sorry, I'm a student of history too. I saw the rise of Hitler. I learned of those stories.
Are you comparing DeSantis to Hitler?
In a lot of ways, yes.
Oh, my goodness. In a lot of ways, yes. Just compared him to Hitler? She's serious as a heart attack.
Yes. I have studied Hitler and how he got to power, wanting his own militia. And having his own...
There are other states that have one.
Ron DeSantis has not formed a militia, all right? He has not formed a militia. He's these people. He is forming a civilian guard that is unarmed that goes to scenes of natural disaster. For example, these tornadoes that you're seeing in the news right now that hit Florida over the weekend, the civilian guard would help there. They would go there and help those people that were hit by the tornado or a hurricane. He has not formed a militia, Nikki Fried. You're a damned liar.
I learned of those stories.
Are you comparing DeSantis to Hitler?
In a lot of ways, yes. I have studied Hitler and how he got to power, wanting his own militia. And having his own...
There are other states that have one.
Absolutely. But the reason why this governor wants it is different than the other states that have been utilizing it for emergency purposes. This governor is doing it for the sole purposes of power. And in doing so to make fear and to instill that, to blame people for what is happening in their lives, blaming certain parts of our society and our culture. And that's exactly what Hitler did to the Jews back, during...
well, what is she doing? She's blaming DeSantis. She's blaming MAGA. She's blaming conservatives for her problems.
World War II.
What would you say to those who find this comparison offensive? The whole idea of Godwin's law, that once you compare something to Hitler or the Nazis, you've lost the plot.
Not at all. I mean, look, do I think that we're going to get to this extent of Hitler's power? Of course not. But the rise of his power and what he did to scapegoat certain parts, and especially the Jewish community in Germany, and how he utilized going after the media, going after and scapegoating people and blaming people and putting fear and then taking over the military.
He's taken over. Ron DeSantis has taken over the military? What military is Ron DeSantis taken over?
That's what this governor is doing. And when, especially going back to all of my friends that from the Latin American countries who've left here for freedom, that is not what this governor is doing.
Wow, what the hell is she talking about? Just she's just making crap up. I mean, this is just making crap up. That's all it is. Now I looked at the clock. I'm late for the break. We're going to take our break. Our number toll free 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. We'll be back right after this.
Brian Craig here. You've heard Steve Kane talk about the great job Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting did on his
Yeah.
Blaming us for what they do.
Exactly. Exactly.
his roof repaired by Laporta Contracting, and he wanted to share his experience.
Thanks to the Steve Kane Show, my roof repairs were just completed by Laporta Contractors. They were fast, professional, and the cost of the repairs was very reasonable. I've had 4 sections of roof repaired, and upon initial inspection, they were honest and told me that my roof was good and I didn't need a new one. I called many roofers, and they were all scammers. They all wanted to put on a new roof, and they said they wouldn't repair what I had. Thanks, Brian. Another fantastic sponsor.
Wow, that's an amazing testimonial from John in Wellington. Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting will never sell you a roof that you don't need. Give him a call for a no-charge inspection of your roof. 954-604-4602. That number rings directly to Tom Laporta's cell phone. 954-604-4602. And online, LaportaContracting.com. Hi, Brian Craig here. I'm in studio with my wife, Kathy, and she's here to tell you about her experience with the MyPillow mattress topper.
Well, as you know, Brian, I was waking up in pain almost every morning for years and years, and we had bought a new mattress not that long ago, but it still was not doing the trick.
Oh,
So
my
I said to
goodness.
you, let's get the MyPillow mattress topper, and let's see if it helps or makes any kind of a difference. And I have to tell you, after sleeping on it just one night, I woke up, no pain, I felt incredible. It made a huge difference for me. And the pain has not returned.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. Now go to MyPillow.com.
Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Wesley Lewis, $5 super chat. Thank you. Good morning, Brian. This Florida land commissioner that's going to run against DeSantis, accusing him of the same things that the Chi-Com Dems do. Exactly. That's how they roll.
I heard that on NPR on Friday or Saturday.
I got my ways.
Okay.
At MyPillow.com.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on
Steve Kane Show.
Mm-hmm. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals.
That's true, D. Trust no one.
I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
And make sure if you haven't, you thank Jacqueline. She gave a $100 super chat earlier, so thank Jacqueline. All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve will be joining us in the next hour. 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You know, this idiot, Nikki Fried, you know, she's obviously, you know, got the mind of a chipmunk. Here's her deal, okay? Here's her deal. Yes, she's a stupid person. Yes, there's no doubt about that. But that's the only Democrat that would run against DeSantis. You know, Ron DeSantis is the most competent man to ever be governor, not just of Florida, but any state, certainly in the modern era. I mean, you know, if you're a governor somewhere, and you have a crisis going on, whether it's the, you know, COVID or something, you look to what Ron DeSantis did, and that's how you run your state. Just textbook on how to run a state during tough times. And he's done everything with perfection. He's perfect. That's why Trump picked him and endorsed him. He's perfect, Ron DeSantis. And he's incredibly popular. People here in Florida love Ron DeSantis. No credible person will put up a run against him because they don't want to be a loser. Because once you're a loser, you're a loser. This is the only idiot they could get to do it. And boy, does she sound like that. All right, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian, my name is Stacy. I'm calling from Deerfield Beach.
Hey, Stacy.
I was listening to. I think like this lady's in the twilight. I don't know.
Well, she's the commissioner of agriculture here in Florida. She's in charge of the orange groves and the sugar cane and everything else. And the gas. She has something to do with the gas pumps because her name is on that certificate of certification on every gas pump in the state. So she's got a lot, and she's in charge of a lot of important stuff for an idiot.
I was going to, verify on that because I'm pumping gas. I looked up there.
Oh, you just cut out. What was that?
One question I'd like to ask this lady: why is everyone leaving Florida if we have a Nazi government?
Yeah, we got a bad cell connection. She asked a good question. The caller says, if Florida's so bad, if we're run by Adolf Hitler and everything else, why are so many people around the country fleeing their homes, their states, their cities, and moving to Florida? Because Nikki Fried's a liar. That's why.
She is. I'm sorry, I do have a bet. But I just wanted to say that what Ron DeSantis right now is going through with his family, with his wife, I pray for her and him and his family every day. And that backlashing that's going you know, I just don't know, Ryan. It's sickening.
This is a real twisted woman, this Nikki Fried. She is very messed up in the head. I know a lot of people say she's a typical Democrat. That's worse than any Democrat I've ever heard in Florida. I mean, she's as far gone as Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's way over the cliff.
I was reading, I was at work, you know, I worked on weekends and stuff, so I kind of had a little thing, and I was reading about her on Fox, on their website, and what she was saying, and I was like, oh my God, who is this woman? And then, you know, the Department of Agriculture, I was like...
Well, you know, I saw the story, and I made the decision to play the audio because I think people need to hear it in her own words, in her own voice, as opposed to me reading her words to you, hearing it in her voice. She is as pathological as Adam Schiff.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know what's going on. The left is scared.
Mm-hmm.
Scared. Trump, I watched the rally. He's magnificent. I love that man.
Was that rally not perfect? There wasn't one moment that wasn't perfection.
And you know what? He speaks. He doesn't have any teleprompter. He just speaks. He speaks like he wants to say what people want.
And you know, what my favorite part of the rally is when he brought up Kari Lake, and she was talking for a minute, and I don't remember what she was referencing, but she said, Mr. President, in 2028, at the end of your second term, and I saw Trump's face light up. I mean, that was like, you know.
I mean, every day I just, you know, and you know, in my neighborhood, I live in Deerfield. I live kind of in an affluent area in Deerfield. I live by the Intercoastal.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Cove, and it's between Federal and Deerfield. And most of the people voted for Trump. And then there was a couple Biden signs. Their head, you don't even see their. Like, I feel like walking by their house and saying, "Let's go, Brandon."
Yeah, I know that area. I drive over there all the time. That's the beach I typically go to when I go to the beach. Deerfield Beach. Yeah. Deerfield Beach is the first beach I ever went to in Florida when I was 5. I came to Florida for the first time. Yeah. It's one of the best beaches we have in Florida.
Well, thank you. That's a very nice compliment.
No, it is. It's true. No, it's true. It's very nice. If you guys go on, it's the beach. In fact, I can see Deerfield Beach from the window of the radio studio. If you go on YouTube and search Deerfield Beach live cam, they have a camera of the Deerfield Beach where the pier is at 24 hours a day. I watch it all the time at home. It's very relaxing. They have an underwater camera too from under the pier, but you guys should, my wife and I we watch the Deerfield Beach live cam all the time. Day and night it's on. I don't know if you've seen it on YouTube. It's a pretty cool thing to see. But
walking distance, I'm only about 15 minutes from my home.
Mm-hmm.
Driving distance is like a couple. I live here in the same house.
No, it's a nice area. All right, take care. No. Thank you so much. Deerfield Beach on the line there. You know, this woman Nikki Fried and President Trump did announce that he was running at that rally. I mean, he didn't say it directly, but he did it indirectly. You know, and it was talking earlier, this is amazing what he did. He ended the rally with a new song, and the song is a song that everybody knows from Sam and Dave, and it's called Hold On, I'm Coming, is the title of the song. Hold On, I'm Coming. And that's what he ended the rally with. And I'm hoping this is how he ends every rally with. And what that meant when President Trump ended his rally in Arizona on Saturday night with that song, what that meant was, I understand you're suffering. I understand there's a lot of pain going on. The shelves are empty. The prices are up. Americans are held hostage in Afghanistan, and the list goes on and on. Don't worry. Hold on. I'm coming to save you. That's what President Trump said with that song. His next rally is 2 weeks from now, a week from this coming Saturday in Texas. And let's see if he ends that rally with this song. I think it's a perfect song to end every rally that Trump has. It's a good song. You all would know this. If you heard the song, you would know the song. You probably never paid too much attention to the lyrics. It's a melody everybody knows, but that was not an accident. That's how, well, Trump knows. He's smart. You know, he's a lot of things, but he's also a brilliant marketer. Right? That's, you know, and that's great. So he told us he's running. All right, 2 hours down, 1 to go. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show. Steve will be joining us in the next hour. COVID-free Steve. So we'll take this break. The 8 o'clock hour begins right now.
Got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Well, we're entering the 3rd year of COVID. It hit the country hard. Hit the country hard for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons that we were hit the hardest is we weren't prepared when it came to PPE because everything was manufactured in China. On the line, we have former... Now, listen, guys. I'm asking everybody to help me with this. I'm trying to get to 50,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel here before my birthday. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And you guys can help me reach that goal by doing a couple things. 1, make sure you're subscribed. 2, like the video. When you like the video, it recommends this video to other people that like this kind of content. Okay, so hopefully they'll subscribe. And the third thing you can do is get all of your friends to subscribe too. Okay, so tell all your friends to subscribe. And I know a lot of you spend a lot of time in the chats on other live streams like Newsmax. When you're in these other live streams, tell your friends in these other live streams about my channel and get them to subscribe to me. I would greatly appreciate that. And if I could hit 50,000 subscribers by my birthday, I would be very, very happy. Let me pull up those lyrics.
Bring manufacturing back to the United States. Through our analysis and our due diligence, we believe this is not only profitable, but will lead the way for other companies in the future to continue the trend to remove dependence on foreign resources for critical materials.
Now, people who are in the listening audience who want to participate, who want to help make us independent when it comes to PPE, how can they participate?
Well, go to our website, sbdgstock.com, and you'll find additional information. Investment opportunities are available for accredited investors, and if you're an accredited investor, you'll know what that means. But it's really critical for American citizens, government, policymakers, business and industry, labor, to get behind this effort to bring manufacturing of strategic materials, critical materials, back to the United States. And that is what SMI is all about.
To learn more about strategic manufacturers or to get information on becoming an investor, call 919-654-6870. 919-654-6870. Online, strategicmanufacturers.com.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll-free, dial 1-888-COCAINE-1. That's 1-888-COCAINE-1.
All right, the 3rd hour has begun. 3 minutes after 8. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Steve Kane will be joining us in this hour. Post-COVID Steve Kane. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. Coming up in just a bit, I'm going to play a couple of clips that I played at the top of the show from the perfect Trump rally in Arizona on Saturday night. But I got to tell you guys, this story, I was looking through the news, is getting very little play this morning. It's a big one. What Mike Lindell is going through. If you didn't hear me talk about this earlier, this is an unbelievable thing. Now, I was contacted Friday afternoon, early in the day. I got an email from Mike Lindell telling me about this. And the bank that Mike Lindell uses for frank speech, several other business ventures, his personal banking, as well as his charity that does outreach to those seeking recovery from addiction, the bank vice president called his comptroller, Mike Lindell's comptroller, and told him that they no longer would do business with Mike Lindell and that he had to close all of his accounts. And what Mike Lindell sent me was a recording of the phone conversation between the vice president of the bank and his comptroller. And I was like, this can't be real. So I emailed Mike Lindell's assistant, and I said, I got this email from Mike. Is this true? Is this from Mike? And she says, yes, it is, and it's all true. I said, my goodness. I mean, this is insane. He's being canceled by a bank. He was canceled by Kohl's, Bed Bath & Beyond, all these other big box stores. He was canceled by QVC and the Home Shopping Network. And now the bank, and there are 9 accounts that Mike Lindell has at this particular bank. It's in Minnesota. That's millions of dollars. So the banker was in this. I heard the whole conversation. Some of it is leaked out on social media. Unfortunately, I cannot play it for you on the radio for some reasons right now. Hopefully, I'll be able to in the future. But the comptroller for Mike Lindell says to the vice president of the bank, well, what if Mike doesn't cancel the accounts? He refuses to close them. And the vice president of the bank said that if Mike doesn't close the accounts, we will close them for him, and then he will go on the bank blacklist that goes out to all the banks, which means other banks won't do business with him. We're trying to do you a favor, they told him. Can you believe this? And why is that? It's because he supports MAGA. And it's this January 6th, the unselect kangaroo committee of Liz Cheney's that started this. So, when you go to mypillow.com and you use our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, you can save up to 66% off the items there. All the specials you see there, you can take advantage of with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. And Valentine's Day is next month. There are no supply chain issues at MyPillow. And the bathrobes for his and hers, these make just great Valentine's Day gifts. They come in many different colors for men and women. And there's 2 different styles. There's the heavy bathrobe. That's the one I have. They have a lighter robe. And the MyPillow bathrobes, 30% off with the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. But there's many other great items there you can take advantage of. No matter what the special says, with our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, you can take advantage of the deal. Save up to 66% off. Stand with Mike Lindell against this cancel culture. This is insanity. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Dave from Huntington Beach, California, although actually I'm in Melbourne, Florida.
Oh, well, welcome to Florida. Welcome to Ron DeSantis' free Florida.
It's totally great up here, and I can't believe it's so relaxing. I don't know if you've been to Melbourne.
I've been to Melbourne, absolutely. A beautiful town, yeah.
It's like being in the country and there's no traffic. Anyways, but back to the point. Considering that ridiculous bank, do we know who that bank is?
It is, if you go to thegatewaypundit.com, all the information about the bank is there. Okay, I don't have all the information on the corporate structure of the bank and all of that, so I don't want. I know the name of the bank, but they've got a big company that owns the bank. So if you go to I did tweet the story about it. If you go to thegatewaypundit.com, it gives you all the specifics on the bank and the parent company. And it's owned by one of the big banking companies.
Yeah, say whoever, J.P. Morgan, Citicorp, And frankly, the other thing is, aren't we all tired of the constantly corrupt banking system? I do a bunch of real estate, and they're pretty much doing a lot of the no qualify and the breathing loans again.
I don't know. I mean, I know the bankers caused the 2008 financial crisis with that subprime mortgage loans they were giving out. But when we're in a situation where, because of Liz Cheney's corrupt kangaroo January 6th committee, that someone is being told that they're not allowed to bank because of their politics, I've never heard of something like that in America. This is cancel culture gone really rogue. I mean, this is insane. I've never heard. And Mike Lindell has 9 accounts at this bank for different business ventures in his charities and his personal account. So it's millions of dollars. So I mean, this is. I've never heard of any. I do know of individuals. General Flynn and Laura Loomer were canceled by their particular banks, but I've never heard of a man and an entire company with millions of dollars being told, not only must you cancel your accounts, close your accounts, if you do not, you're going to go on the bank blacklist that goes out to all the other banks and they will not do business with you. When they're telling you can't take part in the banking system, how can you run a business? How can you survive? Mike Lindell can't use the check cashing store.
Right, and all the shopping cart stuff and everything online is kind of a big problem. Second question would be, did I hear that you mentioned something about they told him that they didn't want the FBI around here, which...
Now, what they said was, and the bank, and I heard the phone call. Mike Lindell sent me an audio file of the phone call. I cannot play it for you on the radio, okay? Not right now, but I'm not permitted because we don't know. There's you know what I mean, recording phone calls. But I listened to the entire phone call twice. The entire phone call. The vice president of the bank told Mike Lindell's comptroller they don't want the FBI sniffing around. He said it. He said it. What the hell does that mean? What are they worried about? What are they hiding?
Well, my immediate question is, so what have they got to hide?
Exactly. He's a brain surgeon, that guy. Yeah, to say it.
I know. Well, at least it's great that they're. That they have...
I mean, what are they... I don't know. What are they in with the cartels? I don't know what they're doing. I was shocked to hear that. When I heard him say it, I rewound it because it was an MP3 audio file that Mike Lindell emailed me. I rewound it. I'm like, this is insane. I got to hear that again. I know.
And the last thing is, before you found out the clothes going in, what was I going to say?
I know you're all high on Florida. Being out of California and in Florida.
But you know what? I can't believe Palm Beach is like so democratic. It's totally outrageous.
Well, you're not. Melbourne is not Palm Beach, and you came to Florida at the bad weather time, but the weather's usually perfect.
Loving it, actually. Well, it's still better than it's been actually colder and rainier in California for about 2 weeks already.
Oh, okay.
And it's totally cool, and I had no idea. I thought I was going to the Treasure Coast, and it turns out that I'm in the Space Coast, so I've already joined Space Coast Credit Union.
There you go. Yeah, the Space Coast. You should go to Kennedy Space Center and take the tour at Kennedy Space Center. It's amazing.
I've got to bring my grandkids over there. I haven't been there since like the 70s.
Oh, you would not recognize it. I went there a few months ago. I made an incredible YouTube video of my day at Kennedy Space Center. It blew my mind what I saw there. It was amazing. You should, before you go, make sure you should watch my YouTube video of it so you don't miss anything, including they have debris from both the Challenger and Columbia that are on display, which are very amazing to see.
That's right, I had to see that.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. All right, well, welcome to Ron DeSantis' Free Florida. Take care. Thanks for the call. Our number toll free 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. A lot of people say that Mike Lindell should start his own bank. I think that's a great idea. I'd open up an account there. He could call it My Bank. I don't know. My Bank. I like that. My Bank. But I don't know. I don't know what it takes to start a bank. I'm sure it's not that easy. But wouldn't that be a great bank? MAGA Bank or My Bank? My Bank. Yeah. That's right. I think that's a great idea with this banking. I've never, this banking cancel culture prior to MAGA, prior to Trump, I've never heard of this before. Laura Loomer, when her bank canceled her, I was like, this is insane. They closed out her account, told her she couldn't bank there anymore. General Flynn, and now Mike Lindell. It's very, very strange thing going on here, and people should be very, very upset about it. Now listen, we're going to take our break. When we come back, Steve Kane will be joining us, and I got a couple clips from Trump's spectacular Arizona rally that I want to share. It was I would say his rally in Arizona was like a rally back in the 2015 campaign. It seemed like a campaign for president rally to me. It just had a different tone to it than the rallies the last couple of years. He's running, there's no doubt about it, especially with the ending song that he played. Hold on, I'm coming. That's telling us, don't worry, it's bad, I know, but I'm coming back. He told us right at the end with the song that he's running. But the rally, everything he talked about was what's going on in the news right now and dealing with the problems that we're suffering through because of this senile old coot that's running the country right now. So let's take that break. When we get back, Steve will be joining us. Our number, toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. Back right after this.
Brian Craig here. When it comes to auto repair, you want a garage that you can trust. Someone that will only do work on your car when your car needs work. Introducing Champagne Automotive in Boca Raton, the latest sponsor of the Steve Kane Radio Show. Tom called in on the radio to tell us about his experience with Champagne Automotive.
Hi, this is Tom from Tamarack.
Hey, Tom from Tamarack, what's up?
I just want to tell you guys something. I spent the last 2 days trying to get brakes for my car. I was leaving the house yesterday to go try another place that had a lower price. They wanted $800 for the brakes. And that advertisement came on for Champagne. I live in Western Tamarack. I said, let me take a drive up there. Well, I was almost blown over how friendly, honest, old school these people are.
Old school, that's really the term that really describes it.
But let me tell you, the guy I had gone to previously won $800. He said, well, you need to take your power steering fluid, and Ed, the owner, put the car up in the lift, pulled the wheels, and said, you don't need brakes. And I about fell over.
Wow. Well, tell me the end of the story. You got me hooked.
So it wasn't that your vehicle was misdiagnosed at the other place. You were dealing with a crook.
Oh, absolutely. This guy wanted to sell me everything but a washing machine. I don't want that.
Now, this is our new sponsor. We have wanted for a long time to have an auto repair shop. When it comes to auto repair, that is the most difficult category for us to find as an advertiser because most are like this guy you were dealing with the other day over in Tamarack. They're crooks. And we found Champagne Automotive. Ed, who's the owner, is a listener. Oh, Sarah is in the chat. Very, very Sarah is in the chat. Alive and awake post-COVID. That's awesome. We were worried about you. She had it bad. She'd been in the hospital for weeks and weeks and weeks. She survived COVID. There she is, Sarah in the chat. Everyone say hello to Sarah.
8101-561-245-8101. Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, we are back 16 minutes after 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Steve, you with us?
I sure am.
Oh, wow.
Forward to it.
I can tell there's no...
I fell asleep before Trump started to speak. Actually, the exact moment I traced it back that I lost consciousness was as the helicopter was landing. I've been sitting for hours. They've been waiting, and the helicopter's coming. I'm all excited, and then the next thing I knew, it was over.
Well, you know what? You know, I only have two, but they're good ones. But you know, the Trump rally, you know, that we have a weird schedule here. I get up like 2, 3 in the morning. So what I did is before the rally, I took an hour nap before the rally, so I could stay awake for the whole thing, because that's like really super late for me. Yeah, exactly. I told Kat, I said I'm gonna close my eyes for a half hour, an hour, and make sure I am up. And she got me up as the helicopter was coming in. And did you notice that helicopter was the tiniest little thing I've ever seen Trump fly on, and that was security because of the Iranian threat with that recent video. There was a camera angle we don't normally see that was up in the stands behind him, up high, showing the rally, and you didn't realize this when you saw the rally on TV. The distance between Trump and the crowd was much farther than normal. it was a huge difference. He was like on a football field between him and the crowd. It's security. And the number of Secret Service around was amazingly, I mean, it was a huge number. And it's because of that Iranian threat. Well, I'm sure they told him he shouldn't be doing it because of that video that came out, you know, the other day. The video of... No. You didn't hear about the video? You know, okay, there was... the Iranians put out an animated video of launching an attack on Mar-a-Lago. And the video, it shows President Trump playing golf at Mar-a-Lago, even though there's not a golf course there. But and it was very high production value, and they have a drone. It's a drone strike on President Trump on the green at Mar-a-Lago in this video, and they just released this a few days ago. And that's why he was on this rickety little tiny helicopter, because they can't fly him in on anything with his his normal helicopter, because they need to keep it on the down low. Who would have ever thought Trump would have been in that? That looked like a helicopter that like a student helicopter pilot would be training on. It was, it's very tiny, but it was security. And the distance between President Trump and the crowd was, I mean, it was massive. I was surprised when I saw the camera angle from up high behind him. It was...
It didn't lose any of its intimacy.
No. It might have put you to sleep, Steve, but nobody else. Nobody else.
That's nice.
No, that's late for us. It was hard for me to stay up for it. I need the East Coast speeches when they're early. It's tough, but
go on too long. I mean,
well, you don't have to watch the pre things. He came out at 9. He came out at 9. The pre stuff, I watched the rally all day long. I was watching it all day long. There were great speakers, including the lady that's running for governor of Arizona, Kari Lake. She was amazing. I mean, she was amazing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and then Trump brought her back up when he was speaking, and then she says to him, this was my favorite part of the speech. She says, "Mr. President, at the end in 2028, at the end of your second term," and then I don't know what she said after that, but the crowd went nuts. But I have 2 clips only. The first one involves you, because you've got DirectTV and you watch One American News, and DirectTV announced over the weekend they are canceling One American News from DirectTV. And because of their politics, because they're MAGA. That's why, because of their investigative reporting that they do on OAN. And I have 2 clips. One of them is President Trump talking about DirectTV canceling One American News. And towards the end, the 2 guys he's talking about are the executives from OAN.
One American News has done a great job, and here's the story, what just happened.
Steve Kane Show.
The woke executives, I don't know what the hell they're doing. They have so much debt. AT&T is a company that is in serious trouble, and they need AT&T, and AT&T saying that they may no longer agree to carry this network that's doing very well. You know why? Because people told
Press
them
1
not
if you
to
prayed
do it.
for Sarah
So
when you
maybe
found
what
out
we
she had
should do is
COVID.
not use AT&T. If we did what they to Republican companies, we would have no difficulty. We just don't do it. It seems like not nice, right? But they're not nice. I want to just thank the Herrings are here, Charles and Robert.
From OAN.
Maybe, but these are patriots. These are great, great men. Where are you?
See that,
what
Sarah? All those
people.
praise
Thank
you?
you very much. Thank you, Robert. Thank you very much. So I don't know what this is. This is horrible. This is a great network. These are great people. I watch it all the time, and you really get the truth. And they want to cancel them now because of politics, for purely political reasons. It's a disgrace what's going on, but I don't think the people are going to stand for it, especially with One American News. The job you've done, you really should be commended, both you and Robert. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Robert. It said, please don't mention the word boycott, so I won't mention it. I'm not going to use the word boycott. I will not say boycott AT&T, because I promised Robert I will not do it. So I will not say boycott them.
Yeah, that was a good rally. But that's a big deal. They've obviously canceled One American News because of politics. I mean, there's no getting around it. So, you guys... And Mike Lindell gave a speech earlier in the day, and he was talking about it. He was telling people not just cancel DirectTV, don't make the mistake of switching to AT&T because they own DirectTV. So AT&T made the decision. So if you go to AT&T cable, it's the same. You're not doing anything. All right, let's take some calls. 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You're on the air. Good morning.
Hi, Brian. Good morning. John in Wellington.
Oh, hey, John in Wellington. Yes.
Congratulations, a full recovery. Welcome back. I was praying for you.
Oh, thank you.
The reason you're very welcome. The reason I'm calling is about that Iranian threat. Listen, in my opinion, anytime any rogue nation like Iran makes a threat against a former president or a sitting president, I think it's the obligation of the current president to strike that country.
Yeah, to react. Yeah, and there's a history of this. And there's a history of this because other presidents, like Bill Clinton, made a strike against Iraq because they were making moves against H.W. Bush, 41. Yeah, you're right.
I'm not a big fan of Mr. Obama or his policies.
Well, if you saw though, when this story came out last week, Jen Psaki blamed Trump for it because he canceled the Iranian deal. They blame Trump for this. Yeah.
Well, that's what the left does, and it's sad. And the Democrat Party that your mother and your grandparents knew, it's dead and buried, and it's been replaced by the Communist Party.
Did you see the rally Saturday night in Arizona?
Yes, absolutely.
What are your thoughts on it? Perfection, right?
I was overwhelmed. I was happy to see him. I loved to hear him. I was at one of those rallies in Hollywood that you went to, where the Panthers play, and I can't get enough of Mr. Trump. And I will be very, very glad when he's back in office and this country is back in capable hands.
Well, there were over 50,000 people at the rally. They turned away 20 to 25,000 were turned away for space. I mean, that's amazing. Yeah, nothing like this has ever happened before, and that's why every one of his rallies is historic. I was talking about this earlier. It's Martin Luther King Day. Martin Luther King had his big speech, the I Have a Dream speech at the Lincoln Memorial, and it was a big, important deal. But I don't think Martin Luther King could put together crowds on an average Saturday night for 7 years like this guy's been doing, nonstop. Do you?
No, so either.
More popular than Martin Luther King. All right, John in Wellington, take care. Take care. By the way, John in Wellington, you hear him talk about his roof repair from Tom Laporta from Laporta Contracting in one of our commercials. So then, the other clip I have is President Trump. He's talking about the murder of Ashley Babbitt and the abuse of the January 6 prisoners at the D.C. Gitmo.
With nonviolent offenses, partisan Democrats have celebrated their indefinite detention without trial. These people are living in hell. These people are living in hell. Let them fight. Let them see their lawyers. Let them go out. They are being treated. They're being hounded like you hound the worst animal. What's going on is horrible in Washington. And also the jails are filthy, disgusting, dirty, and they're even being cited by the courts for being so horrible. They're brutal lockdowns. They're brutal. You take a look at what they've got. The showers are disgusting. The bathrooms are horrible. And people are being forced to live like that. Let them use their lawyers. Let them go out and defend themselves. And if we think they're innocent, we should help them defend themselves.
You know, we had one of these fake MAGA callers call in on Friday who said, President Trump's not speaking out for the January 6 prisoners. Here he just did it.
Remember when the Democrats went out and Kamala raising money for the people that were caught? But they didn't have a problem because so little happened. So it wasn't the same thing. These people are being persecuted. One defendant was allegedly viciously and savagely beaten, resulting in numerous broken bones in his face and a loss of sight permanently in one eye. And an out-of-control dope, a real dope. I watched this guy being interviewed. They wanted to protect him, so they wanted to keep him. He couldn't get on television fast enough. The guy who shot Ashley Babbitt for no reason. This guy couldn't get on television fast enough. He's so proud of himself. Let's see how he could do without the protections that he got. And by the way, if that happened the other way around, they'd be calling, let's bring back the electric chair. That's what they'd be calling for. He's a disgrace the way he shot Ashley. And after Nancy Pelosi and Adam Shifty Schiff, they go down to a shattering defeat. I hope they gotta lose. You know, she wants to move to Florida. I don't want her in Florida. She wants to move. They ruined California, so let's move to Florida. Hopefully they're going to go down to a big, beautiful defeat in November. You have to get out. Your state is so important. You got to get out and vote.
Yes, that was just a great rally. I'm so sorry you missed it, Steve. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I mean, he was spot on with everything, and he's filled with energy, all new stuff, talking about what's relevant in the news. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
How are you?
Hey, Mike. Long time no hear.
Yeah, I've been busy working.
Oh, well, that means he's MAG. He's been busy working. That means he's a Republican.
People have watched it back. Two things. Yes, we did watch the rally. We watched it twice. And two things stood out. I'm very happy that you did speak about the people in jail.
Mm-hmm.
If that would have happened in a real jail, they would shut that jail down. It would be arrested.
Well, I mean, where is Amnesty International? You know, Amnesty International, these political prisoners that have been denied their due process constitutional guarantees.
Or the liberals that, kill 5 prisoners, which, for the most part is true because Donald Trump had the best prison reform ever in this country. And also, on Thursday night, I believe it was Thursday night, Lindsey Graham said, put a statement out that Mitch has to make men with Donald Trump.
Well, he said that Lindsey Graham said that Mitch McConnell has to prove that he supports Donald Trump, who is the
That was a high point.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday on the rally, Trump mentioned him once, and he said, "Vote him out, get rid of him."
Mitch McConnell. He did.
Yeah.
He did. And I was talking earlier. He ended his rally with a new song, and the song is called "Hold On, I'm Coming." Is how he ended the rally, which means he's running. Yeah, go back. Yeah, I know. Hold On, I'm Coming. It's a song from the 70s. You'll recognize. I think it's from the 70s. Great song, very familiar. And that's an announcement that he's running for president. Hold on, I'm coming. That's how he ended the rally.
You guys have a great day.
All right, you too. Mike and Boca, hard at work. All right, let's take our break for the bottom of the hour. If you're on hold, stand by. Our number toll free, 1-888-GO-CANE 1. 888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
Attention seniors and those who care about them. This is Brian Craig.
Dieter Andrew, $10 super chat. Everyone thank Dieter for that. Here in Springfield, Illinois, 2 local news talk show hosts from 3 to 7 that push Ashley Babbitt got. Oh my goodness! And that Rittenhouse should have gotten life. Oh my goodness! Oh my good. Well, thank you, Dieter, for that super chat. Everyone thank Dieter.
That a lot of people don't have a child or a spouse that can assist them with their medical needs, and that's where we step in.
There's a lot of things that seniors need help with. Prescriptions, doctor's appointments, things like this. How do you help them with that?
If you're having a problem at the doctor's office, having problems scheduling an appointment in a timely manner, we can step in. If you're having issues at the pharmacy, having problems refilling a prescription, or feel that you're being mischarged for something, you can contact us and we will step in. Even if you're at the hospital and you feel like you're being neglected, we'll be there for you at a touch of a button, whether it's to call the nurse's station or assist in any other way.
So if someone's in the hospital, they feel they're not getting the care that they need, they haven't seen their doctor, they haven't seen their nurse, they can actually call you and you'll contact the hospital for them?
Absolutely. We act as your family. We'll step up, we'll call the nurse's station and ask for some assistance. If we can't get anything done there, we'll go to the higher levels.
Now, this is a service that you're offering. Now, they do not have to be an existing client of I Will Advisors to take advantage of this, right?
Oh, of course not. No, we're here for any Medicare client. We can assist in any way. We don't need to be your insurance agent. We're just here to help you with your medical needs.
This is an incredible opportunity for those of you who are Medicare recipients.
Now listen, guys, I'm working hard to get to 50,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. if you already are subscribed, you can do a couple things to help me. One, like the video. That helps get the video recommended to others who very well may subscribe because they like this kind of content. Clicking the notification bell also helps spread the word about the channel. But if you, when you're in other chat rooms, other live streams, tell your friends in those live streams about me, about my channel, and ask them to subscribe too. It would help me a lot, and of course help Trump too, right?
Debbie's office, the number 954-345-1214, 954-345-1214, or go online. You can sign up online at iwilladvocates.com. That's iwilladvocates.com.
At the Siegel Law Group, are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio.
All right, welcome back. 34 minutes after the hour. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian. Steve back. And Dr. Lemaski recorded a new commercial over the weekend, Steve, and she mentioned you and your struggles with COVID in it. I was going to play it during the break, but I thought I'd play it outside the break so you could hear it a little more carefully, because you might, because during the break, you might be getting a drink of water. So no, Dr. Lemaski recorded this after her show on Saturday, and it's being added to the rotation of commercials we're going to play. And of course, Dr. Lemaski is my therapist. She's Steve's therapist, and I know a lot of you in this audience. She's your therapist too. But this is the new commercial. And she got a couple good plugs in there. She talked about you, and she also got a plug for Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting, too. Listen.
Hi, I'm Dr. Janae Lomaski. In my practice, I'm seeing that emotions are raw and the stress levels are high. A major reason for this is COVID-19. COVID-19 has become a recent staple in our lives. Even Steve Kane tested positive for COVID and endured symptoms for 3 weeks. His fears went through his new roof. Are you ruminating about getting COVID? Maybe it's so bad you're having panic attacks about it. If you have COVID worries and fear the worst, you don't have to. There are many, many people that are recovering from COVID every day. There are so many mental practices you can do to get through this difficult time and move on. If you are experiencing any difficulties, call me, 561-777-2021. That's 561-777-2021. Or email me at drjlomaski@gmail.com. You can also join me live every Saturday at 11 a.m. as your psychological source. Be careful, not fearful. You don't have to do this alone.
Pretty good spot.
Great spot, and it really captures what Dr. Lemaski does.
I like how she got the plug for Tom Laporta and your new roof from Laporta Contracting in there, too.
Yeah, right.
It was cute.
A lot of people are in panic about what's going on today. It's not pleasant.
Well, when you find out you have COVID, I mean, I haven't had the experience. You did. It's scary, I would imagine.
Yeah, yes, it is. It's this whole period of our lives is difficult, and it's not going to get any easier between now and November. It's only going to get tougher.
Yeah. Now, there's a local story here in South Florida in the city of Sunrise involving the police over there, which is starting to make the national news, and you very well will see it on television today because there's dramatic footage of it. Have you seen the story I'm referencing, Steve? You haven't seen it? It may not have made it on Fox yet. Okay. Let me just read a little bit of this, okay? Okay. Moment Florida cop grabs female officer. This is in the city of Sunrise involving 2 officers from Sunrise here in South Florida. Moment Florida cop grabs female officer by the throat and shoves her into patrol car after she tried to pull him off a suspect. Authorities in Sunrise, Florida, shared body camera footage of an incident that took place November 19th. Everyone in the video had their face blurred except for the sergeant in question, whose last name is, I think it's Pulis, 46 years old and a 21-year veteran of the police force. Sergeant Pulis got into a verbal altercation with a suspect who was sitting inside a police car. A fellow officer who has not been identified but has been on the force 2.5 years ran towards Sergeant Pulis and pulled him by the back of his duty belt. Sergeant Pulis turns around while backpedaling as he was pulled, then momentarily put his hand at the other officer's throat, pushing her backwards. He's been taken off of supervisory duty since the incident, and an internal affairs investigation is ongoing. Okay, now when I first saw the video, which is very shocking, I thought, wait, this guy's out of control. And then I watched it again and started to think about it. And this sergeant is, based on what I see right now, is getting a bad rap. So he's got a suspect in the car he's having a confrontation with. You know, the lady officer, this guy, 21-year veteran, the lady officer comes up behind the sergeant. He can't see her because his back is facing her, right? She's at his back. While he's in this verbal altercation with a suspect, she grabs his belt that has his gun, his taser, his cuffs, everything else, and pulls him back. I think his reaction, he turned around and put his hand around her throat. I think that's a natural reaction. He's involved in an altercation with a suspect. He gets grabbed from behind. I think it happened too fast for him to even realize it was another officer. I don't. This guy's getting what that lady cop did. Policewoman here was wrong. She grabbed the other cop, the sergeant, from behind. I've never seen someone do that.
It's just another great example of how everybody out there is wound so tight that we're not reacting in normal ways. It's really scary what's going on.
You know, if yeah.
We talk a lot about down here. Because I'm a New York, born and raised New York boy. I've been following what's going on in New York with this new mayor, and it's something else. There was a homeless guy that shoved a woman under a subway train, killed her.
A black man shoved an Asian woman in front of the subway and killed her. It's you know, there's been a rash of the blacks have been killing Asians like crazy in New York lately and attacking them.
It's complicated enough without bringing that aspect in, but it's just terrifying. And the new mayor is saying that it's all in the minds of New Yorkers that they're threatened in the subway.
Oh, yeah.
Worry about the fact that there's blood all over the subway tracks in New York. It's outrageous. It's just outrageous.
You know, it's happening so often. It's happening so often that it's barely news anymore. People getting pushed in front of the trains in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there is Steve, the black attacker and the Asian victim. There's been a lot of attacks, black on Asian attacks, very violent attacks going on through the city a lot in the last year. I don't know what their beef is with the Asians, but there's been a lot of Asians who have been targeted. It's, you know,
everything is racially tilted nowadays. So no
well, call me
happens,
about this cop thing. I'm interested to hear your thoughts.
Race into it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be on a subway platform. No way.
You going to New York subway?
No way. No way in hell.
I mean, when I went to school, those of you that have followed my long and sordid career, I went to prep school and high school in New York. And I had a subway ride, an hour subway ride each way to and from school. And so I'm very well acquainted with the New York subways. And on a good day, they're scary.
Yeah.
Days.
I don't know what possesses someone to push someone in front of a subway train. I just don't. It's enjoyment.
How can a mayor get up and say, It's all in your mind if you're worried about the safety of the subways when they're taking bodies off the train.
Yeah. And then he starts talking about how funny it was that they had someone playing him on Saturday Night Live this week. He was more interested in the Saturday Night Live skit about him that he thought was very well done and funny than he was this epidemic of murders. I mean, I saw a carjacking at knife point in New York Thursday, Friday, in the middle of the day.
That's the new crime. That's the new crime of opportunity.
Carjacking?
Carjacking.
That's crazy.
Easy. You know, all you do is go up and open the door and pull the driver out, and you've got a car.
Well, it's not so easy in Florida because you never know who's got a gun or not in Florida. And in New York, in New York, you just assume there's no one armed in the car.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I know. It's insane. Now, I'll tell you one thing, though. I was talking about this last week, and this is a true story. The supply chain crisis has hit the chicken wing industry, and there's a supply chain crisis on chicken wings. And I know it's hard, everything's being hit by this, but I'll tell you, they're not short on supply of chicken wings at Wings Plus on Sample Road in Coral Springs. Not only do they have the baskets ready to go, they still have all the different flavors of the wings that you love. Oh man, it's hard to pick just one, but I most of the time what I do is I order 2 baskets. I order one that's medium hot, and you turn me on to the lemon pepper, which is just spectacular. And what Steve had been talking about in the spots for years about the lemon pepper, and I never tried them. And we were over at Wings Plus, and I ordered medium hot wings. Steve ordered lemon pepper, and I said, Steve, can I taste one of those wings? And the next thing I knew, I ate your whole basket. They were good. Well, you ordered a second one, but they're that good, and I didn't feel guilty about it because it helped me with the spot. Talk about them, because if you've not had the lemon pepper, you've got to check them out. Now, all the different wing sauces, and there are a great many sauces, they're all homemade right there on the spot at Wings Plus on Sample Road in Coral Springs. Yeah, the sauce. Don't forget the clam chowder, homemade, right there on the spot as well. Everything is homemade, and they love the police, and they love Trump, and they love Governor DeSantis over there too at Wings Plus on Sample Road. So Wings Plus on Sample Road, of course, located on Sample Road, about a mile west of University on the south side of Sample in Coral Springs. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show. All right, let's take our break, and then we'll be back with the Gold Report right after this.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
When the pandemic hit America, our nation was caught off guard and unprepared. One of the biggest problems was we didn't have enough PPE because everything was made in China. There is a solution to this problem. Small Business Development Group has formed strategic manufacturers to produce medical exam gloves and associated raw materials right here in the USA. This way, supply chain issues will never be a problem again. This project is U.S. funded, owned, and managed. Best of all, it's without reliance on the foreign supply chain. Investing in this critical infrastructure is important to the safety and defense of America. Now, here's where you come in. If you're
It is worth 5 hours, yes.
capitalist or high net
Yes.
worth individual interested in this investment opportunity, contact Small Business Development Group at 919 area code 654-6870. 919 area code 654-6870. Learn more about this incredible opportunity. 919-654-6870.
Small Business Development Group is a publicly traded company. Stock symbol SBDG. Online at c2cpic.com. Find strategic manufacturers online at strategicmanufacturers.com.
On the line from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated in Boca, we have William Youngerman. William Youngerman, good morning.
Good morning, Ryan. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome. How the metals looking today?
You never know, D. Call them.
Looking great.
Now, I wanted to ask
They
you about
might
a couple
ship.
things.
I don't know.
Now, listeners call and ask me questions. I know nothing. Call William Youngerman. They've got all the answers on these things. But there's two things I want to ask you about. I've heard from people. One, pre-33 gold. Do you deal in pre-33 gold?
Absolutely. We've made a market in pre-1933 gold since 1969 or 67, actually, and that's one of our specialties. We do deal a lot in the old U.S. $20 gold pieces, $10, $5, and as well as world gold coins from prior to 1933. And we make a very fair market. In fact, we had somebody come in and price get a quote on our prices, and they were amazingly. We were over $500 per ounce cheaper than what some of the marketers are selling pre-33 gold for. So that was an eye-opener for us.
Wow.
These TV ads, you see, they're charging huge markups on pre-1933 gold, and there's absolutely no reason to pay that kind of premiums. We have it in stock for immediate delivery at very reasonable and wholesale prices for our Steve Kane listeners.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that only are like exclusive pre-33 gold. That's amazing. $500 less. Yeah, but I'm sure the TV guy are limiting it to 5 coins per call at this point. Now listen, William Youngerman, the number 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. Online, WilliamYoungerman.com. The address, 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto. All right, that's it. All right, take care. Take care.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeart.
All right, 10 before 9, and we don't have William Youngerman live with us here today, but so you're going to get the amateur. You'll get the amateur numbers from me right now. And it's Martin Luther King Day. It's a holiday and a bank holiday here in America, but the gold markets are international, so they don't shut down like other things do. And gold right now is up $1.80 at $1,820.90. I mean, I was telling William Youngerman the other day, Steve, I remember the first gold you bought, it was $4.25 an ounce. And now, oh my goodness, now we're over $1,800. Actually, not that many, as you would think. It was right after Hurricane Wilma, so I could look. That was like maybe 17 years ago. 15 years ago, whenever Hurricane Wilma was. It was right after that. Silver opening up at $23.07, platinum at $980 today, and palladium $1,990. All right, so I was talking earlier in the show, Steve, and I told you about this over the weekend, about the banks canceling Mike Lindell, making him close out his accounts, threatening him. If he doesn't close out his accounts, they're going to close them out, and he'll be put on the bank blacklist, and other banks will not do business with Mike Lindell. And very specifically, they said they don't want the FBI snooping around, and he is been called. They're trying to get his phone records on that January 6th committee. And I've never seen, maybe you remember, back in the McCarthy era, do you remember hearing about banks that wouldn't do business with people even during the McCarthy era?
No.
This is a new thing.
Ways is worse than the McCarthy era.
Well, it is. Well, and you can't take part in commerce. You can't take part in banking. That's a new type of segregation, is what it is. That's something I've never heard of that, and it's new. It's exclusive towards MAGA people. And, like DirectTV canceling One America News, it's obvious they're doing it for one reason and one reason only. He is very well connected to President Trump. The January 6th committee's harassing him, and he doesn't apologize for it. So they're trying to cancel him, where he can't even take part in commerce. Steve Kane Show. Yeah. Well, it's scary. It's scary, and I listened to the phone call. The vice president of the bank called Mike Lindell's comptroller and told him about this, and they recorded the call. And Mike Lindell sent us the recording of the call, and I know some of it's leaked out on social media. You guys may be able to hear some of it, and It was so shocking when I got it. I reached out to Mike Lindell's assistant, and I said, I just got this email from Mike. It's got this call. Is this real? They said, yes, it is very real. I mean, it's that incredibly shocking. All right, our number, toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, Steve Kane Show. Oh, hey, I covered for you already. Because no problem. We'll talk tomorrow. Bye.
Right.
I was there. That was not dead air. I knew. I've got the delay time. I had to take a call off the... So our delay's 20 seconds. So I had to take a call real quick, and I knew I had 20 seconds because of the delay. So I just, boom, hit the dump, and it wasn't not dead air on the air. But if you watch on YouTube, you get all the behind the scenes of what goes on here. But this, with the McCarthy era, and they've made movies about it, right? They have college courses about it. I've heard of people losing their jobs, but I never heard someone say you're not allowed to bank, and when you're a businessman, yeah, that's a new one. Yeah, and when you're a businessman, you need a bank, right? How do you do business without a bank? It's unheard of. Well, listen, it's time to check in with Anita from AJ's Natural Wellness in the Festival Marketplace. Anita.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, how are you guys?
Excellent. How about you?
Doing good. I heard you guys talking about the supply chain crisis a few minutes ago, and I wanted to mention that at AJ's, we managed to work around that. There are definitely some manufacturers that are out of products that people are looking for, and when we run out, I go ahead and get that same product from another manufacturer. So I can always supply what you're looking for. Some things like NAC, quercetin, and beetroot have been in high demand and low supply. So I make sure I can get it from another manufacturer until it's back in stock from your very favorite. And when they come back, I will call you and let you know if you happen to let me know you're waiting on something.
Yeah, and that's AJ's is a partnership between Anita and Janet Cimarelli, and they both bring so much to the table. And we talk a lot about the great prices at AJ's, the lowest prices anywhere on vitamins, on nutraceuticals, and that's because of these great contacts, Anita, you have on the supply side of the industry.
Do. And I'm very honest with the customers. Sometimes if you're looking for something that Janet and I know is not really a good brand or has questionable ingredients, we're going to tell you. We're not just going to order it for you. We want you to get the healthiest options at the best prices from the best.
Well, that's an interesting thing you say, because a lot of vitamin shops around, okay, they're brand pushers. They have deals with different brands or different products or, and things like this. So they push. It's like a lot of times financial advisors will push investments because they're pushing a product that the firm is pushing. You don't get any of that at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop. And, of course, the prices are out of this world. And they do ship anywhere. If you can't make it into the festival, they will ship to you. Like, Anita, you shipped some supplements to Steve when he was out with the COVID. And I know some of our other listeners that are out of town and out of state have been buying things from you that you've been shipping to them. But even if you're local, and maybe you don't drive anymore, or maybe you can't make it up to Pompano at the festival, they'll ship to you even locally as well. And the number, if you want to call and order by phone, is 954-317-1851. 954-317-1851. And AJ's Natural Wellness Shop is in the Festival Marketplace in Pompano, and the festival is easy to find, immediately east of the Turnpike on the south side of Sample Road. And AJ's, head right back to the food court. Right before the food court, look west, you see the information booth. That's where AJ's Natural Wellness Shop is. All right, Anita, have a great day, and we'll talk tomorrow.
Bye, Steve. Bye, Brian. Thanks so much.
All right. Take care. Oh, man. I tell you, somebody asked me during the break, Steve, in the chat room, is it worth a 5-hour drive to drive to Wings Plus for wings? And I told them, yes, it is. Yes, it is. They made an episode of MASH. They had this episode of MASH where Hawkeye was craving barbecue from some restaurant back in America, and they went through this whole thing to have the thing shipped to Korea, in 1950. That's Wings Plus. If they were making MASH today, that episode would be about Wings Plus. So yes, it is worth the 5 hours. We have listeners that are visiting Florida on vacation, and they go to Wings Plus on Sample Road. It's like it's becoming a tourist stop now, Steve. Yeah. Well, listen, Trump's back. His next rally is a week from this Saturday in Texas. We'll make sure you don't miss that one, Steve. And you know, Fox News did not carry the rally. They ran a rerun, I understand, of Jesse Waters' show. They put a rerun on instead of the Trump rally on Fox. No, I didn't either. It's like a blackout. I yesterday morning. Now we're out of time. We're out of time, Steve. We have 10 seconds. You want to sign us off quickly?
Bless America.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in, everybody, today. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe, tell all your friends to subscribe. And like I was saying earlier, I know a lot of you go to live streams elsewhere, like the Newsmax live stream. When you're in these other live streams, tell your friends from those live streams about my channel. Get them to subscribe to me. I'm trying to hit that 50,000 subscriber goal before my birthday, and I can only do that with your help. So telling your friends and getting them to subscribe in other chat rooms helps. Liking the video helps. Of course, subscribing helps even more if you're not subscribed. And clicking the notification bell too. Clicking that notification bell, like with liking the video, tells the YouTube algorithm that people that are subscribed to this channel not only are subscribed, but enjoy it and interact with it. And that interaction tells the YouTube algorithm to recommend my videos and my channel to other people that think like us, and hopefully they'll subscribe when they see it in their feed. So if you guys could help me do all of that, I greatly, greatly would appreciate that. All right, guys, I got to take off. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.